Good evening and welcome to High School Sports Live here on ABC 27. I'm Gary Sutton along with Jerome Presley tonight and Archie Smith. We are ready to get it underway here pretty shortly. We've got a little bit of a rainy night here, but it looks like it's cleared away, and we're going to have a good night, good weather for this particular game as it's Camp Hill, 5-0, standing at home here against Steel High, 1-4 going into this one, brought to you tonight by the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Association. And, you know, when you look at these two teams tonight, Steel High comes in here 1-4, Camp Hill comes in 5-0, guys, and you say, well, it doesn't look that good on paper. Steel High averaging only about 8.2 points a game. Camp Hill averaging over 46 points a game. You say this should be a mismatch. But then you got a little bit of a thing called rivalry here, right, Jerome? Tell us a little bit about that. When you look at Camp Hill, you're going in Michael Schuster, an outstanding quarterback. But they got another guy named Bill Williams, who didn't play last week, who's coming back this week. They got a lot of firepower, this club.
Yeah, they definitely do. And Michael Schuster has put up an amazing stat year, already over 1,000 yards. He's already has 15 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. Getting Bill Williams back is huge for this team. He didn't play last week. He's coming in this week. He is a powerhouse of a running back, short in stature but powerful. This offense is explosive.
For Steel High, they got to do it with their defense right now. Bryce Carter, number 53, is an outstanding tackle. He's coming in here. But also, one of the guys we want to talk about is Malachi Young, the quarterback. Had a lot of picks so far this year. For them to have success here tonight on offense, he's got to cut down on throwing it to the other team.
Well, I'll tell you, you talked about the scoring of Camp Hill, putting up 46 points a game. Malachi Young has to take care of the football, and he has to be able to match the quarterback for Camp Hill. And if he's not able to do that, it could be a long night. But on the other end, they have to be able to run the ball and run the ball effectively. Defensively, Carter has to do his thing. Offensive line and defensive line. He's playing both ways, so he has to show up defensively to see if they can keep that scoring down from Camp Hill.
Archie, you're going to be down there on the sideline tonight. It's always tough keeping you out of the game. You have the old Alabama State days, and you play with the Piranha. But talk a little bit about this time of year. We're at the halfway point. You know, teams are starting to kind of get into their own right now. What do you look for at this time of year?
I mean, you're just telling your team, look, for Stilton, we want to build off. You know, we don't want to savage this season. You know, we want to build off of it. For Camp Hill, man, we're just still doing the same thing we do game week in, week out, but we're still trying to improve and get better.
Yeah, Camp Hill's got vision of a state championship that they had last year. They were beaten by Bishop Guilford 62-21, a stinger. So they want to represent the Capital Division very well right now. For Camp Hill, Schuster and company look like the real deal.
I mean, with these guys coming out here competing like this, I mean, I want to see the matchup with these quarterbacks against Stilton, who has an underrated defense. I mean, are they going to step up to the challenge tonight?
They've got almost their whole team back from last year, Camp Hill. Michael Schuster, 15 TDs, over 1,000 yards already in this season. You'll talk about Bill Williams, well over 500 yards. He missed a game, so, you know, you got to find some way to slow down this offense tonight, Jerome.
Absolutely, and it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, so it's going to be a great game.
We're looking forward to it. It's a great matchup tonight. Steel High invading here at Camp Hill, and you're going to watch it all here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Come and see the best deals in town at Brenner Nissan during the Labor Day sales event. Cash in with up to $1,000 Nissan Holiday Bonus Cash on most 2015 Altima and Versa models. Drive a new 2015 Nissan Altima 2.5S for just $169 a month with $169 down. Plus, you'll save with 0% APR financing for up to 72 months on many models. Get to the Labor Day sales event at Brenner Nissan today on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 24/7 at BrennerNissan.com.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
There's a place where kids really connect to learning. Commonwealth Connections Academy. It's a tuition-free, fully accredited online public school where students find devoted, enthusiastic teachers like never before. Commonwealth Connections Academy, the online public school.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her 2 boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help homeownership dreams come true.
Welcome back to Seabird Park here at Camp Hill Stadium for tonight's High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week, featuring Steel High kicking off now to Camp Hill. Steel High 1-4 coming to this game in the Capital Division of the Mid-Penn. Camp Hill at 5-0, and we are underway as the kick is away. It's going to be taken inside the 18-yard line. And bringing it back out right now for Camp Hill is Bill Williams. You're going to hear that number called a lot tonight, number 5. He was out last week, but he's back here this week, and he is a running back. Jerome Presley with me here tonight, along with Archie Smith, who's our sideline reporter. Jerome Presley, our color analyst this evening. Travis Sparks, our stats guy. Your officials for tonight: Dave Bimler's the referee. The umpire is Randy Smith. Headline judge Mark Carell. Line judge is Chris Bilger. The back judge is Scott Rawlings here tonight, and we are looking forward to a good game here this evening. This guy is a guy whose number you're going to be calling a lot tonight is Michael Schuster, the outstanding quarterback. 15 passing touchdowns for the season, over 1,022 yards, and he's getting the first snap right here. Here's a handoff to Williams, and right away Williams busts it up near the first down marker, out near the 40-yard line.
And I'll tell you, Williams, he's itching, chomping at the bit to get out here. Not playing last week, you know that he's ready to go, and they go right at Steel High, right at the heart of the defense.
Kind of the entire offensive line intact from last year's team, which went into the state championships before being beaten by the eventual state champion, Bishop Guilfoyle, and they're itching to get back in that rear air again this year, Jerome.
Yeah, definitely are. I mean, they are a power team. They got a lot of guys back, a lot of talent.
Got the sidecar this time, single receiver this side, and looking for Kuntz. Kuntz is a guy who's 6'7", and you put the ball out like that, he can go up in spirit from a lot of people. He's also an outstanding basketball player as well for a Camp Hill team that went to states last year.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm very impressed with is the athletes that Camp Hill has on this team. I mean, they have athletes like they're a AAA Quad A school. So, and that lets you know they can bang with the big boys.
2 receivers far side, 1 receiver near side, 1 in the slot on the far side. Bill Williams back about 7 yards off the tailback. 3rd down, right over the right side. A ball loose on the field, and Steel High saying they have it. Billy Williams with a carry there. And it's going to be 4th down. Looks like Camp Hill recovered. So that'll bring up, 3rd down and 9 yards to go here after the fumble recovered by the Lions.
And it'll be interesting looking at this Steel High defense. They have shown that they can play good defense. The problem is their offense. They haven't really been productive offensively with only 8 points a game.
We got Williams in the slot this time, near side. 2 receivers again, far side. Schuster back in the shotgun. Schuster stepping back, looking. Being flushed out of the pocket. And Schuster keeping himself. Schuster trying to run for the first down. Schuster out near the 45-yard line.
I'm not sure if he actually got it. He's going to be close, but I'll tell you what, one of the things that Schuster can do is he can run the ball. Last week, one common team they have in common that they both played was Milton Hershey. And Milton Hershey was a good test for Camp Hill. Schuster actually tucked the ball and ran it a lot in that game and really hurt Milton Hershey.
Give credit to Alex Furlan, who flushed him out of the pocket that time, number 58, the linebacker. So it's 4th down and 2 to go. Let's see what they do on this. Does Bill Williams get it? He's got the spread here. And so many times you see the spread, people think it's a pass, but many times you're right up the gut with it. Oh, and you drew him offside, and so you got the first down without ever having to run the play.
Well, you talked about the spread and how the spread offense can be a really good running offense because you spread out the defense. So you get your offensive receivers out, you spread out the defense because they have to cover him, and you have a good back like Williams. He can pick and choose where he wants to go. As you can see, he's very deep in back in the backfield. You don't see that a lot at the high school level.
But Schuster, of course, a wily senior here, a guy who can change up his vocals there and get you jumping off sides very quickly. 1st down 10 here for Camp Hill. The Lions on the move. Into Steel High territory first time tonight. Play action. Got a little bubble screen out here on the flat. And a nice pass there. Good catch. And you've got a nice little pass play right there. Gets people out in space, let them run.
Yeah, that's exactly what you do. That's the spread offense. As you can see, we got multiple receivers. We got a fullback in the backfield. And you can get the ball to the playmakers with only 5 down linemen without a tight end.
Quinn Buffington with the catch there, wearing a different number than what we have in our program. He's wearing number 45. Number 2 is what we had listed, but Buffington out there with a nice little run after the catch. Schuster, this is the design play for the quarterback run. Quarterback keeper right up the middle, and again down inside the 35-yard line to about the 34. See where the official marks it here.
And this is just an efficient drive by Camp Hill. They're just efficiently driving the ball downfield, taking their time. They can be a very big play team, but sometimes it's just about getting those hard yards and getting first downs and moving the chains.
And Jack Williamson is the number at 45, and they do have it listed up here, so we want to make sure we correct that. Not Quinn Buffington, Jack Williamson. It's going to be first down and 10 again here for Camp Hill. Ball at the 34-yard line. Schuster steps back, throws it. Nice lead, nothing there though.
And you can see Camp Hill is taking their shots downfield, and right now, Schuster's not connecting on those deep balls. So, but wait as the game goes on, continue to see Bill Williams run the ball, and then they're going to see if they can get up top of Steel High.
For one thing for Steel High right now, at least in the passing situation, they're doing a nice job of not letting him set his feet.
Yep, getting pressure and also making sure that you have those safeties deep sometimes against Camp Hill, because they can get you deep if you allow them to.
So it'll be second down now, 10 to go from the 34 of Steel High. Schuster has trips far side. There it is again, keeping the ball up inside the 30, down near the 27-yard line for Schuster as he keeps it. The running game is what has really had him going so far, not the passing game here, and they're setting it up very nicely.
Definitely, and Schuster is a load as a quarterback to bring down. He averages he's about 6'3", 200 pounds. When he tucks and runs, he's not an easy tackle to bring down. He's a kid that he's getting some looks from some FCS programs at the next level. So good quarterback.
Two receivers far side, one near side. Schuster again in the shotgun. Third down, 4 yards to go. Schuster going to keep it, a little pitch out on the option, and Williams can't handle it right there. I'm not so sure if it was Williams couldn't handle it as much as it wasn't a real good pitch out that time by Schuster, so it brings fourth down up again.
Yeah, when you're looking at the option, the quarterback pitch is the most important component of it. If the pitch isn't good, it's not going to be a good play. And as you can see, Jerron Grayer comes up, makes a play for Steel High. And again, the defense is actually doing okay right now. They're giving up some yardage, but they haven't given up big plays.
So you have Schuster back there. Is this a place where you see a quick kick?
You definitely could. I mean, they want to get the ball out into those playmakers' hands, but Steel High has to cover all bases on this defensive effort.
So Schuster back a little more than normal. Looking downfield and overthrows again. And so far he's been high on all of his throws. Yeah. Looking again for Zach Kuntz over on the near side. So the ball will go over on downs to Steel High, and Steel High holds here in the first set of possession. Let's go down to Archie Smith, who's down on the sidelines right now. Archie, what are you seeing down there? You're looking right down the line.
Hey, guys, I am truly loving what Steel High has came out and doing on defense. These guys are challenging these guys straight on the line, bump, off-man press. They're just straight pressing these guys up. And you can look at this matchup. We have number 2, Shamari Jones, 5'10", versus 21, Zachary Kuntz, who's 6'7". That's a good matchup. This kid is holding his own over there, guys.
There's a sophomore quarterback, Malachi Young. Full backfield, full house. Handoff over the left side. Dancing through is Shamari Jones, getting some positive yardage on the play.
And again, Steel High, they had a good defensive effort. And the common foe they both had, we talked about, was Milton Hershey School. Steel High was able to hold that powerful offense to only 14 points. So they have shown that they can do very well defensively, and they're going to need every effort there to get it done. Offensively, they have to put points on the board, though.
Ball's out to the 38-yard line. Second down and 6 for the Rollers. Young over center. Again, full house backfield. Take your pick. And again, the handoff is going to be to Shamari Jones over the right side. We'll get out just past the 40-yard line, call it the 41. Gain of 3 on the play. It should be third down and 3.
And you can see Steel High is lining up, and as you called it, a full house, double tight. They are running right at Camp Hill and see if they can test that size and test that line.
In the very old days, it used to be spread a little bit more as the old wishbone, but this is a different kind of look here with 2 tight ones and then 1 at the back in the normal tailback spot. Important tonight for Malachi Young to have a pretty much error-free game at quarterback as he operates this offense. Almost drew Camp Hill offside. They hold their spot. Oh, this time, great pursuit by Camp Hill right up the middle, led by number 11, Logan Velati.
And it's all about penetration. Anytime, especially on short yardage, if you can penetrate the line of scrimmage, you try to anticipate the snap count, but keep your eye on the ball, hit the gap, get penetration into the teeth of that offense, you can stop him, and that's exactly what Camp Hill did. Great defensive effort.
And Brandon Tomio submarine as well there, number 77. So it'll be a kicking situation here for Steel High. Nick Niedlinger in there to do the kicking. Actually, it looks like Malachi Young pulling it out of there. No, it was Niedlinger. Ball taken by Camp Hill. Bill Williams takes it back at the 22. Will return it back out 10 yards to the 32-yard line where they'll set up shop at the 32, call it maybe the 33 here for the Camp Hill Lions. Their second possession of the game. 6 minutes to go here on your High School Sports Live Game of the Week. It's Steel High and Camp Hill tonight. Gary Sutton along with Jerome Presley. Down on the sidelines, Archie Smith. Archie, Steel High didn't get first down there, but they did have some positive yardage.
I mean, there was something to build on, man. Steel High really want to come out, settle their young quarterback down because, as you guys stated earlier, he has been creating a lot of turnovers. So that was a nice positive to see what you can get out of the drive possession for those guys.
So the second set of downs here for Camp Hill. Michael Schuster and company lines it up. 4 receivers out this time. 1 guy at the running back, sidecar we call it. Schuster fakes the run. And there it is. This time Schuster finds his man downfield, and it's Logan Velati. And Velati looking to the end zone. Velati is going to be in for the touchdown. Logan Velati, 67-yard catch for the TD. And just like that, the explosive Camp Hill team is on the board.
And that's what you see. This team is so explosive. They can do so much. Schuster gets time. He's able to deliver a great ball. Miscommunication in the secondary. Velati gets upfield to the end zone. And this is why it's so difficult to stop Camp Hill, because they can equally run and pass.
Well, they have 4 going out that time. They had 4 lanes that were going down the field.
Yep.
We'll go down to Archie here in a second to have him check in on this. But 6-0 right now. Lining it up is Noah Rizzuta for the extra point. Kick is down, kick is up, kick is good. 7-0. Camp Hill leads with 5:46 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a break. You're watching High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, you two. It's dinner time.
When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
There's a place where kids really connect to learning. Commonwealth Connections Academy. It's a tuition-free, fully accredited online public school where students find devoted, enthusiastic teachers like never before. Commonwealth Connections Academy, the online public school.
An offense that averages over 46 points a game strikes quickly here in their second set of downs. And Schuster to Velati for 67 yards, dancing into the end zone. Let's go down to Archie Smith on the sideline. Archie, they just flooded out every zone that time, and Schuster was able to find his man.
Well, actually, Steel High is playing a lot of man, and the only downfall on that man is once you lose track of your man, hey, you'll get a big play like that. The DB ended up turning around when the quarterback was on a roll, lost sight of his man, touchdowns and results.
Noah Rizzuta doing the kicking off here. Just a high kickoff, no return able. You talk about popping it up. There it was. And Steel High, lucky they were able to control the ball there on the kickoff, but they'll get decent field position here at about their own 34.
Yeah, definitely good field position. And what Camp Hill's trying to do there is, who knows, you pop it up, see if you can get a turnover. And you get your guys down there to make a play on special teams. And if you can control special teams along with offense and defense, you're hard to stop. So good effort there. Good field position, though, that you give up.
So Steel High gets good field position here at their own 34. 5:45 to go here in the first quarter. We are at beautiful Siebert Park at Camp Hill Stadium here tonight. Tight formation this time. Uh-oh, bad snap. Got to cover it. Good coverage by Jaron Grayer to get on top of that one.
And that's a mistake you don't want. You don't want to be going backwards against Camp Hill, because then they can peel their ears back and come and get you as a quarterback. And Malachi Young is a young quarterback. He's only a sophomore, and he's still learning the position. So, in that case, it was a center exchange. on a shotgun that wasn't real effective, and it backs them up.
Loss of 6 on the play makes it second down and 16 yards to go here with 5:15 to go in the first quarter. Steel High with the eye set up this time. One receiver near side. Right up the gut. Good run by Grayer to get back out past the original line of scrimmage and get a gain of 2 on the play. So it'll be third down and 8 to go.
And I'll tell you, Grayer has some good size to him as a running back in that deep eye at 6 foot, 215 pounds. He's just trying to get north-south. And if they can get some productivity there, it opens up the rest of your offense because then you can go play action. So I can see them trying and continuing to do that. And I wouldn't be surprised if they try to run again here.
So third down, 8 yards to go here for the Rollers. Might have some kind of play action here or maybe a sprint out type play. Malachi Young straight back. Has his man on the side. Going to overthrow it. Had his man actually open out there.
He did.
Javion Grant, but could not quite hook up. So it'll be fourth down again, and Steel High should be forced to punt on this situation.
And one of the things with Malachi Young on that pass, that is a deep out. Deep out, and Archie knows this. Deep out for a quarterback is one of the hardest routes to throw. But if you're a corner and you jump that, it's 6.
Alex Furlon back this time to punt. Fourth down and 8. Furlon gets it away. Good punt by Furlon. Long, high. Did he touch it? Almost looked like Bill Williams was about to put a hand on there. Got way too close. But the ball's going to roll dead. Good punt that time by Furlon. And a good exchange of field position for Steel High. 47-yard punt from Alex Furlon. There you see some of the young helpers down there from Camp Hill football. They are down there with their water bottles ready to help out tonight.
And we got good weather here today. I mean,
it's
not too bad for us. For the players, it may be a little hot.
About 4:30 this afternoon when I was on the 16th hole, it wasn't that good. I had my rain suit on, and there you go.
Yes,
so it was not good. Okay, again, they're spreading it out here. One guy in the backfield, that's Williams, along with Schuster. Last time they passed it, wouldn't be surprised to saw Williams get the handoff this time. Looks like a blitz coming, though, from Steel High. There's a little screen. You had Williams wide open, and the ball's loose. Williams going to cover it up. So with everybody coming, all Williams did was just basically kind of get around them and get in that little zone there. Take a look.
He did, but I'll tell you, it was well defensed, actually, because this could have been a big play and a really good tackle by Shamari Jones. Comes up and make a solid tackle. If he wasn't there and made that play, it could have been 6 the other way.
Archie Smith, good job of blitzing that time. Maybe showed it a little too early.
Hey, man, these guys did an all-out zero blitz. I mean, we were manned up across the boards, and we brought 9, almost 8 people just then.
That was the last person in Steel to turn the lights out because everybody was coming. Oh, and good job defensively that time. That's that number we called before. Bryce Carter, number 53, the tackle. 6'2", 250 pounds. Look how quick he was right along the line of scrimmage.
And he's an agile 250. He looks pretty good to be 250. He doesn't look too overweight. He looks pretty healthy.
Yeah, he's got
good shape.
That's all muscle right there.
Yep.
We have a flag down on the field, I think. We'll take a look here. Dave Bimler about to tell us what's going on.
I think it's going to be a personal foul. We have some extracurricular activities going on the sideline over there.
Against Steel High. Your coaches here tonight, of course, Frank Gay, the head coach for Camp Hill. And you just saw him a moment ago there. And Andrew Irby for Steel High.
And Irby had some really big shoes to fill. I mean, he's been a staple of the program as an assistant. But once you run the show, you got to run the show. And it's hard to do sometimes when you have a storied program like Steel High with 9 district titles.
2 backs with him this time. Tells you it's probably going to be a pass. And again, flushing out is Steel High. Good job there. Throwing downfield. Did he get a catch? Ball is taken in on the far sideline again. There is that favorite receiver, number 11. He just scored a moment ago, Logan Velati. 19 yards on this catch.
And you see Steel High comes with some delayed pressure right up the middle. Schuster, a veteran quarterback that's able to be mobile, is able to get outside and deliver a good strike downfield to Velati.
Look at that, knowing exactly where you were getting those toenails in bounds, and into Steel High territory come the Lions again. First down at 10. Ball spotted at the 43-yard line. Velati back in the slot near side this time. Again, 4 receivers going out. It's a little tighter formation they showed in the touchdown catch. Oh, bad snap. But Schuster just trying to cover it up. Steel High might have it. Steel High is all over it. Let's see who picked it up. Either way, it's going to either be a tremendous loss. It's going to be third down. Somehow Camp Hill able to recover the ball there. All the way back from the 43-yard line.
And again, we see another bobble snap, this time by Camp Hill. And again, it makes things difficult, goes over the head of the quarterback. This was a good opportunity for Steel High, able to get their hands on it. They thought they had it, but I think Camp Hill was able to get on it. Schuster was able to get it back.
Ball rolled Schuster's way eventually. Is that a loss of 18 on the play?
Yeah, second in Canada. And you don't really have a play dialed up for that.
Second down. What do you do for second down and 32? Ball back on the 35 now. Second down, 32 yards to go. Loss of 22 on the play. Here's Schuster. Takes the handoff. Schuster stepping up. Schuster looking near sideline. Schuster's got Kuntz, and a good job back there defensively of breaking that up. And it's that number we've been calling so far here for Steel High, Shamari Jones, doing a great job at his defensive back spot of breaking up the play.
Yeah, and those D-backs are actually doing pretty well. I mean, you figure those Camp Hill receivers are tall. They have some height on them. And these guys are just going up one-on-one trying to make plays on them. And again, this is a tough game. You know, even though the records don't show it, this is still a rival game for these teams.
Zachary Kuntz at 6'7", there's a load for anybody to stop. He's filling some big shoes for last year. Michael Hogue, who played last year. And again, Steel High doing a wonderful job, and they're going to call, it looks like they're going to call Carter. Is this going to be a face mask?
That hurts, and that's an automatic first down, too. So all that, all those yards, you have them pinned back, and you give them a first down.
Here it is, personal foul, face mask. And what a great job pursued again by Carter. Let's go down there to Archie Smith. Archie, Carter doing a great job, but not going to be here as a personal foul call.
I mean, Stilton they're playing great, tough defense, but the penalties are killing them. I mean, they had Camp Hill right where they wanted them. And these DBs guys, I mean, these guys are challenging the receivers of Camp Hill right now. But that penalty, not turnover, but really hurt Stilton right there.
And it's a third down. I thought a personal foul would be an automatic first down, but it's not.
Still third down and 25 yards to go. The ball's at the 35. I thought it was too, and the official says no. So third and 25, ball resting on the 39-yard line of Camp Hill. Let's see what they have in their pocket for this one. Schuster throws it right back to Williams. They're going to let Williams try to get the open field and run, and Williams is brought down nicely and wrapped in. Right there around his legs was that number we've been calling all night so far, Bryce Carter.
And I think for Bill Williams, his biggest thing is, because he didn't play last week, is to make sure he doesn't press. He can be very electrifying, and they want to get the ball to him in a variety of different ways. Running the ball and swing passes out of the backfield. You see him trying to get north-south. So the problem was twice he had some bobbled, he almost fumbled the ball, so he took those gloves off.
I'm going to tell you what, Bryce Carter is impressive. Number 53. A 6'2", 250-pound tackle. I mean, he has been everywhere so far for Steel High. As we have a timeout on the field, we'll take one as well. 46.2 seconds to go, 7-0. Camp Hill leads. It's the High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
How about we cut some fat from the system? How about we lose the hot air and secondhand smoke? Let's give everyone a great choice of doctors and remember we're our own primary care providers. Let's build better plans and pick up some better habits along the way. It's time to be the change we want to see in healthcare and the change we want to see in ourselves. Let's do it all for health. Highmark, Blue Shield.
And right out of the timeout, the kick by Camp Hill all the way down to the 1 yard line is exactly the way you draw it up. Let's take a look at it again, and you'll see it right here.
And this is just a pooch punt that goes right where it needs to go and then gets a real favorable Camp Hill roll. And there you see Bill Williams getting down there, and they're able to down it inside the 1. So Steel High has a long road to go.
And Schuster actually with a 55-yard punt there. So it's first down and 10, but ball at the 1. And right now you just want to get some room to get out there and operate. Might even see a quarterback sneak here just to try to get out where you get a little bit of room. Malachi Young over center. There it is. Young gets out near the 5-yard line. Nice run.
Coach, man. You called it.
We're watching too much
Coach.
NFL, right?
I got a coach up here. I tell you what, one of the things you notice, you see Bill Williams there, this is Class A football. So, you don't have a roster of 60, 70 guys. You're about 25 to 33 to 40. So you got a lot of guys that are going both ways. So they are well conditioned, both of these teams. When you have small schools, and I went to a small school in high school, Scotland School, same thing. We used to battle Camp Hill a lot back in the day. And you have to be an Ironman football at its purest.
Tell you, Jeff Chisholm, number 55, and Alex Furlon on the left side. Furlon from his guard spot. Those guys are doing a nice job of opening up some holes over there. And that's the end of the first quarter, 7-0. Camp Hill leads on High School Sports Live on ABC 27. Back after this.
How about we cut some fat from the system? How about we lose the hot air and secondhand smoke? Let's give everyone a great choice of doctors and remember we're our own primary care providers. Let's build better plans and pick up some better habits along the way. It's time to be the change we want to see in healthcare and the change we want to see in ourselves. Let's do it all for health. Highmark, Blue Shield.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
No regrets. If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Erie Insurance.
Welcome back to Siebert Park at Camp Hill Stadium, where it is 7-0 after one quarter here. Camp Hill leads over Steel High at a Mid-Penn Capital Division matchup right now. Brought to you tonight by the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. Gary Sutton with you, Jerome Presley here, as well as Archie Smith. Second down, 6 yards to go, and Young keeps it again. They're going to drive it out near the 8, maybe the 9-yard line right now, as two straight pushes and a quarterback sneak gets them some operating room.
And it's on your offensive line, especially the center and those guards. They got to get some push, get those cleats in the turf, and now you're in a manageable third and about a yard and a half, maybe 2 yards if you stretch it. So good effort coming from the 1-inch line, it seemed like.
And if you ever needed the first down, right here is where you need it. So far, they've chosen to go over that left side a lot behind Furlon, who's 5'10", 185, but I'll tell you what, he moves some people over there.
Mm-hmm.
See if they go left side again. Right up the middle. And they're going to get a first down in this. Nice job by Steel High of getting out. Is that their first down of the game? First down of the game for Steel High, so a little bit of movement here. Archie Smith's down at the sideline watching this. Archie, that offensive line's moving out pretty well.
I mean, these guys are taking charge, man. They're taking command, man. I've been down here on this sideline. That ball was inside the 1-yard line. So if they get a touchdown on this drive, this would have been a 99.5-inch yard drive, guys.
Long way to go on that one so far, but nice thoughts, right, if you're a Steel High fan. And running the ball, getting their first down of the game there in a tough situation. Right over the near sideline. Again, positive yardage for Steel High as they continue to look to Jerron Grayer, the 6', 215-pound tailback.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things that Steel High is doing is by running the ball like this, it controls the tempo. When you have a team that's a high-scoring team, you're kind of slowing the game down for what you want. You're only down 7-0, so you have time. You're in the ball game. You just take time off the clock as well.
A great point that you make. When you have the ball, the other team doesn't. I mean, it's that plain and simple. And right now, this ground game starting to get some positive yards on every down. It'll be second down now, 8 yards to go. Ball at the 17-yard line. Another quick handoff, trying to get the outside to get the corner. And another good run from Jerron Grayer. He looked inside, stopped on a dime, cut to the outside, and got a little bit out to about the 23-yard line here. Should be a gain of about 6, and would bring up a 3rd down and 2.
And again, manageable. You go first down, you get 3 yards. Second down, you get about 4 or 5 yards, and that puts you in a manageable 2 yards left. So right now, they're controlling the clock, controlling the line of scrimmage, relying on that offensive line.
Give credit to number 50 there, Ishmael Hodge, for sustaining his block and really opening up that outside. 3rd down, 2. Another big down here for Steel High. Ball at the 23-yard line. Got the quarterback sneak by Young again. This time, Young, a little forward motion out near the 25-yard line. It's going to depend on the spot.
And again, this time, and they get a first down, but this time, Camp Hill looked like they read it a little bit because he's coming to that left side consistently. They kind of loaded up the left side, but still, Steel High was able to get the first down. They keep the chains moving and keep that offense off the field of Camp Hill.
Andrew Irby looks like he wants to gamble. No, he gets a first down. They say 1st and 10, so another first down, the second one so far in this series. And Steel High doing a nice job of marching right now. Plus, you're keeping that Camp Hill offense off the field. Ball out at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rollers. 2 running backs either side. 1 receiver, 2 receivers far side. Here's Young again. Young diving forward out past the 25 near the 28-yard line.
So now the key is going to be, as Steel High continues to run the ball, will Camp Hill begin to load the box and Steel High try to take shots downfield? And we talked about Malachi Young. Sometimes he has a habit of giving the ball away. He has 6 interceptions and only 4 touchdowns right now. So he's on the other end of that. He wants to keep it down. Will they take a strike downfield at some point?
Right now what they're doing, though, is eating clock down to 8:23 here in the second quarter. 7-0 is all it is. Camp Hill's up by a touchdown. Malachi, safe pass, going to hit the ground first, though. Had a good out pattern that time, run by Jaquan Williams.
And again, he wants to get his feet into that throw. Young wasn't able to do that, and that's the young quarterback that's still learning the position. He has to learn footwork is key and paramount to being able to deliver a good ball, especially on out passes.
Be able to step in there and set those feet. So it'll be 3rd down now and 8. Do you go back to the running game? It looked like a nice look on the pattern that time. He threw it to the outside away from the defensive man. There you see Jaquan Williams, who the pass was intended for a moment ago.
He has some height to him at 6'4".
Yeah, he's not a bad target to have to throw to. See if they come back to the same play.
No pressure.
Malachi Young took a little too much time, and he is going to be brought down back there and leading the charge for Camp Hill.
Yeah. I tell you, what you saw was Steel High was trying to do a screen. Camp Hill's defensive line, they laid off initially, and once they realized that was over, they came. Because many times when you have a screen set up, if you don't go with that play, you either throw it in the dirt or you have to get rid of it somehow because you have linemen downfield too, so you have to be careful.
C.J. Laporta leading the charge there for Camp Hill. And there's the kick out of there. Oh, you want to stop that when it's out near the 36-yard line.
Advanced Hoops high-level basketball training program is gearing up for their winter youth basketball program. The programs are designed for children ages 5 to 10, as well as middle school, 5-on-5, and skill factory. Fall AAU tryouts will take place on October the 24th and the 31st. This is a great time to get an evaluation from the Advanced Hoops staff and prepare for the upcoming spring AAU season. So call Charlie Fortney at 717-657-2620 or go to advancedhoops.com now as classes are filling up.
Niedlinger's punt only 19 yards. Ball's going to be set up at the 36-yard line of Steel High, and so now Camp Hill in a very, very dangerous place. They can strike quickly. There's a handoff. Bill Williams taken down inside, and again, there's that number we've been calling the whole time, 53, Bryce Carter, another tackle.
He is playing lights out right now, and he's meeting Bill Williams before he can even cross the line of scrimmage. And that's penetration by him. He's playing lights out football, and Camp Hill's going to have to figure out how they're going to block him. They may want to get a couple of guys on him to double him up.
Number 53 is large and in charge of the defense for Steel High. Second down now, 11 yards to go. Loss of 1 on the play. Ball at the 37-yard line. Schuster, straight back. Schuster going deep. Big arm, wide open. Downfield, Koontz for the touchdown.
And that's just a blown coverage. You come up with such a great defensive effort against the run, and then you give up this. This has to be a blown coverage. Koontz is so wide open, somebody forgot where he was.
He is the deepest man in the field, and Koontz, the 6'7" target out there. Easy catch for the touchdown, 37 yards. And in to try the extra point again is Noah Rizzuta. Rizzuta's kick is up. Rizzuta's kick is good, and it's 14-0. 6:40 to go in the second quarter. Camp Hill leads it here on High School Sports Live TV.
Today, we have some breaking news on the West Shore. Some spraining, twisting, popping news. It appears that Mechanicsburg is getting a state-of-the-art OSS orthopedic urgent care. This is what we know so far. OSS urgent care is much faster than the emergency room. All patients will be seen by orthopedic experts. Costs are typically less. And OSS is open 7 days a week. Remember, if you have a sprain, pop, or break to report, go right to the experts. OSS Orthopedic Urgent Care. 2 great locations, York and now Mechanicsburg. Now that's some good news.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
And there you see Zach Koontz, the 6'7" receiver who just struck for a 37-yard touchdown pass from Michael Schuster, 215 pounds, 6'7" sophomore, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go down to Archie Smith, who saw that play develop. Archie, what happened in that play? Why did he get so far open?
It was a well-called play, man. They set up a screen. He went out, stopped, blocked, acted like he was going to block, and then shot straight up the field. And being the luxury down here on the sideline, I went up to him and asked him what route did he just run, and that's exactly what he did.
So there you go. Archie Smith described it perfectly. He should be in that huddle there, shouldn't he?
Oh, yeah. He's like a coach on the field.
And again, taking the chance for field position, another kick short, and good field position for Steel High as it's going to be covered up there by the Rollers. Christian Martinez on top of it. So ball at the 38-yard line here again. A good start for Steel High, but they're down by 14 points.
Yeah, they're down 14. They're not out of the game yet. The problem is ball control. The more you take time off the clock and not put points on the board, that's when it starts to go out of your favor and into the favor of Camp Hill. So they have to be able to put some kind of sustained drive together that can result in a score.
Ball at the 38-yard line as Malachi Young sets up again here. And for Steel High, you kind of feel like they need something on this drive. You need to get some kind of positive action and points. Malachi Young, safe pass out to the wing. And a good smell out on that play. As you saw, that guy had caught the 67-yard touchdown pass a little bit ago. Logan Velati smelled it out, was right there.
Yeah, Velati didn't, he came right up, and that's why you hug the defense, you see the post, you come up and you make a solid tackle, and that's exactly what you got. Great defensive play.
There again, as a sophomore, one of the things you have to do is be able to sell that play as well. He's got that long, high-arm type action right now. It takes a little longer, and so you have a little more time if you're a defensive back to maybe get over there and cover it. 2 receivers near side, an I formation in the backfield. Second down, 12 yards to go. Here comes the handoff. Over the left side, out past the 40-yard line. Good positive yardage again as the handoff goes to Shamari Jones.
And again, can Steel High can sustain a drive that can result in points? Doesn't necessarily have to be a touchdown, but it has to be some points, Gary. It has to be something.
Got to come away with something because just getting 2 or 3 first downs is not good enough. And plus, you got to sustain that clock a little bit, too. So 3rd down, 8 yards to go. We went to a little out pattern last time on this. Let's see if they go there again. This time, sideline. Good pass. Oh, just thrown a little bit wide. Intended receiver was Nathaniel Webster Spencer. Had some nice zip on that ball, did Malachi Young, just not able to hook up. But he threw it right where you're supposed to throw it for that pass.
Yeah, he threw it right where you're supposed to throw it. Again, he's still learning this position, so it's going to take him a little bit. And I would imagine he's going to be much better at the end of the season than he is now, and he's probably better now than what he was at the beginning of the season.
So Steel High is going to kick it out of there. Good boot out, and it's going to be covered back at the 27-yard line as Williams will take it there.
Fans High School Sports Live has teamed up with the Capital Region Insurance Agency to benefit the Bethesda mission through the Socks and Sweats Drive. Help clothe Harrisburg's homeless and ensure the warmth of people in need by donating new or lightly used sweats or new socks. For a list of collection locations, visit hsslivetv.com or criainc.com.
14-0 Camp Hill leads. You see the Steel High fans not exactly that happy right now as they're kind of seeing their team show some promise and then not able to sustain it. Let's go down to Archie Smith on the sideline. Archie?
That was a big blow right there for them. Steel High not being able to get sustain an offensive play. Stand a drive right now. I mean, their defense has been out on the field for a long time, guys.
Having a little bit of the Wildcat look this time as they had Bill Williams back there, snapped it straight back to him. Didn't work too well. Steel High smelled it out on a kind of shaky snap.
Yeah, the one thing about being in a Class A program, when you talk about a defense or an offense being out on the field, it's Ironman football, so they're out on the field anyway, either way. But you're doing different assignments. So as an offensive lineman, you're not tackling, you're blocking. And then you're on defense, you got to tackle more. So your defense does get some kind of, can get fatigued. 2nd
down at 17, and Bill Williams again in the Wildcat. Alex Furlon in that last tackle, by the way. He's played an outstanding game so far. Look at that. Another good job, and intercepted. Steel High's got the ball. Intercepted by Sharon Grayer, and man, all of a sudden the tide just turned as Steel High has it down near the 17-yard line. It looks like Steel High might have an injury on the play, too, with Ishmael Hodge. Take a look at this.
Well, I'm kind of shocked that they would go with Bill Williams to actually throwing the ball. And there he goes. He's trying to get the ball to number 11, Velati, and it gets picked. And Steel High has some life, and they're get very close in the red zone.
I don't know if we get one more look at it, but Bryce Carter, number 53, hemmed him in and took care of it. Got him just as he threw the ball. Williams was back there just as he threw it. Carter, who's been all over the place tonight, had one big paw on him, and I think might have changed the whole throwing motion. 1st down and 10 now for the Rollers at New Hope here in Steelton at the 18-yard line. Young, pitch back, dive over, inside the 15, inside the 10, down near make that inside the 15, down near the 13-yard line, a gain of about 5 on the play.
And that's Jones really getting some tough yardage on the play. Handoff to pitch to Jones. He has that full house backfield running behind those 2 fullbacks. And then you see the effort at the end. Brings up a 2nd down and 4. Good effort.
Well, you're talking about break and tackle. 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Ball spotted at the 11-yard line. So 2nd and 3. That's the kind of gain you want to have on 1st down when you have those manageable numbers rather at the 2nd down, not always at the 3rd. You got to think this is definite 4-down territory either way. 2nd and 3. And you got movement along the line. That's going to be march it back 5 yards. And those mistakes could just down you, can't they, Jerome?
Oh, they can, especially when you get down in the red zone like that. Get a good defensive play, get a good play on 1st down from the running game, and then all of a sudden you're back 5 yards for illegal motion.
We're just talking about 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Now that goes back to 2nd down and 8 yards to go. And the only good thing about it is 2nd down. You got a 3rd down. So Steel High. It's another chance here. Camp Hill loaded up in the box right now. No receivers out, full house backfield. There's your handoff again. Oh, a big hole over the right side.
And it closed immediately.
Tell you what, Elijah Hernandez, number 74, the guard, Look at the hole he opens up with that right side.
Yes, he did.
I mean, right through it. I'll tell you what, good close, though. Shamari Jones looked like he had a lot of daylight, and that thing closed up in a hurry. Was that Zach Kuntz diving over there along the line?
It could, yeah, it might have been from that defensive end position.
Using that big, long body. Third down now, 5 to go. Handoff again, straight down the middle. Going to bounce off down inside the 10. Near the 8. Which will bring up 4th down, and let's see where they spot it. 4th down and 1. 4th and 1, so here it is for Steel High here in the first half. 2:15 and counting down here at halftime. Don't forget, we've got our Highmark halftime show coming up. A great interview with Maddie Young of Big Brothers and Big Sisters. So here's for Steel High, make it or take it time. There's your pitch back. Pitch outside. Dancing down. Big hit. Coming across was Bill Williams. Now, let's see where the spot is. I think he might have gotten it.
He might have gotten it, but Bill Williams laid the lumber from his linebacker position. Ironman football. Bill Williams is a running back, and he kind of dresses up as a linebacker as well. Comes up and makes a good stick.
Shamari Jones looks like it's all kind of daylight, and all of a sudden, shut down. Take a look at Bill Williams. Coming across right there, and here he comes.
And I'll tell you, it looks like he got it, but he barely got it.
First down and a goal to go now. Ball on the 7-yard line. Camp Hill faithful a little quiet here for the moment. There you see Dave Bimler, your referee this evening, doing a nice job here. 1:51 to go now here in the first half. Big time for Steel High. They could get right back in this game. They get a score here. Malachi Young keeps it himself, dives forward inside the 5-yard line, down near the 3. That play has been good for them so far tonight, Jerome.
It has. I mean, they're picking up 4 yards a pop on just quarterback sneaks. And when you get into short yardage, you go behind those guards. They're going to left side every time, too.
Tell you what, Jeff Chisholm standing some people up down there.
And William Massey, sorry about that. On the other side for Steel High, Alex Furlan has been huge because he gets to the second level on those blocks.
Furlan's only 185 pounds, 5'10", though, and I mean, he's stretching it out. They would use that left side almost exclusively. Here it comes again. Dance in the end zone. Is it going to be in? Yes! Looks like a touchdown for Steel High. Let's wait and see the signal. Steel High says it's in. Official not so sure just yet. And there it is. Touchdown. The dive over the left-hand side, and a big one here, as again the handoff went
to the left again.
And again, it's Shamari Jones diving forward in for the touchdown, and Steel High is back in this one right now.
I'll tell you, they needed this score. I mean, they needed it bad. So for them to get on the board, this is big for them. They're actually able to put some points and put some points on the board and actually close that gap. And it's reasonable now. Manageable.
Here's Nick Needlinger for the extra point. Spot is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 58 seconds to go. 14-7. Camp Hill leads it here on High School Sports Live TV.
Pac Financial, helping local families build, manage, and protect their retirement savings. Do you have a game plan for retirement? Steve Marazzo is a local advisor who listens and cares about your needs. No account is too large or too small. Let Pac Financial and Steve Marazzo design a winning game plan for your retirement. Call Steve at 717-564-6400 and ask about the free, no-obligation retirement projection. On October 17th at the Hershey Theater, area families are in for a magical night as the Really Big Show is featuring rising country star Jessica Lynn, famous impressionist Christina Bianco, performance painter David Grobati from America's Got Talent, and special appearances from the Redland Little League, the United States Championship team, the WNBA's Maggie Lucas, former Harlan Globetrotter, A-Train, and Belinda, and much, much more. The Really Big Show is a special benefit for Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the Capital Region. This event is recommended for families. To get tickets, visit HersheyTheater.com or call 534-3505.
Frank K. went to the Wildcat. Steel High picked it off. Steel High goes in for the touchdown, and Camp Hill's going to get the ball. The kickoff, run it back out near the 36-yard line, where with 52.7 seconds to go here in the first half, Camp Hill, we'll see how they treat this. Are they going to try to throw the bomb here? Are they going to try to get some points, or are they going to maybe sit on it a bit? 6 plays, 18 yards, 3 minutes and 17 seconds to cash in there. But Steel High does cash in. They put 7 points on courtesy of the pick. Yeah. And a big moment here in the game for the Rollers.
Yeah, definitely a big moment defensively, and they have to be able to see if they can shore up that pass defense against Camp Hill. Camp Hill coming out now, going back to their traditional quarterback, Schuster under center or in the shotgun.
I'll tell you what, they're sending everybody this time. They got basically 5 receivers head down. This is danger time here if you miss an assignment. Here's Schuster rolling out. Schuster can run here. He's going to have some room to run. Throws a short pass down the sideline. Might have stepped out of bounds. We'll wait and see. But a good pass down the near sideline as he finds his favorite target tonight thus far.
And I'll tell you,
Logan Velati.
Many times what you'll see when you see an empty backfield like that is you'll see a blitz. I mean, I know I was always taught that you blitz that. Steel High didn't. It came a little delayed, but Schuster was able to get some positive yards.
17 yards on the catch. So Schuster now, first down and 10, ball out at this 47-yard line. Don't forget our Highmark halftime show, an interview with Maddie Young of Big Brothers and Big Sisters coming up. Our food bag documentary. And we'll give you our Highmark halftime report as well. All coming your way here in about 42.1 seconds. Straight back goes Schuster. Schuster fakes it. He's going to run this one. Schuster inside the 40. Schuster inside the 35 and steps out near the 33-yard line. That was a design quarterback run the whole time.
Yeah, definitely was, and that gives him, it gives you an added dimension when you have a quarterback that's mobile like that. He can tuck the ball, so if you blitz him and you don't get him, he can hurt you. And he did that last week against Milton Hershey. He really hurt them in the rain.
What really sells the room on that is when he stands up to throw, and everybody said, "Oh, get back," and then all of a sudden you just bought yourself an extra 5 yards.
Yep.
So we got a timeout by Steel High here. Let's go down to Archie Smith, who's on the sidelines right now. 1st and 10 again for Camp Hill. That high-octane offense moving right away, Archie.
I mean, I still like what Steel High is doing, man. These guys are challenging these receivers. Actually, that play was supposed to be a pass play, but the receivers are getting jammed off the line, and he's having to just be an athlete at the quarterback, and this guy's still getting major yards on quarterback scrambles, quarterback runs, but they need to put a spy on him.
Schuster has been a lot more dangerous tonight, as you mentioned there, Archie, with his feet, and that necessarily has been. And then, of course, he becomes that much more effective with his arm. He's thrown for 17 touchdowns now for this season, but he's been setting it up a lot with his feet tonight.
Yeah, and again, Archie talked about a spy. So if you spy, that means you may have to give up that person in coverage, but at the same time, if he's the one that's hurting you, and he's hurting you with chunks of yardage as well, so he's able to do, and he's a load to bring down out there. He's a big quarterback, good-sized quarterback, in high school football.
It's going to be interesting to see how Steel High handles this situation right now, because if you blitz, all the receivers that are being sent out right now by Camp Hill, I mean, you're just opening yourself up for a disaster again. So let's see what happens. They're putting Bill Williams, by the way, out in the slot, far side.
And like Archie said, they are matched up man across the board. Now they're going to go into a zone look.
Again, so important to pick up any kind of crosses or crossing routes. And there it is, right out to Velati again, and Velati dancing down the far sideline. He steps out of bounds about the 19-yard line, 27.3 seconds to go, and get another first down.
Yeah, and they were in a trail man situation where you had all the guys in man coverage, and you had 2 safeties deep, but then you blew the coverage of a back coming out of the backfield that gets a swing pass, and he wasn't accounted for.
So everybody cleared out that inside zone, and then all of a sudden you got Velati wide open. There you see it, Frank Gay over the sideline. It is 5th year, 24-20 coming this year. Straight back, Schuster looking back. Look into the end zone. What a fake. He's got his man wide open. It's going to be Bill Williams who slips into the end zone. What a call. He faked it to the short route.
Yep.
Sold the safety on it, a 17-yard touchdown. Watch the fake. This is what sets it up. Fake there, and then throw it deep.
And what happened was you throw right into the blitz. Bill Williams came out like he was going to block. He did not. He went out into the flat, gets the ball, and actually takes it downfield, and he's not accounted for. Brilliant design play.
Zach Coots was on a crossing route. He took, I think, the safety with him, and that's what opened up the pass to Bill Williams out in the far flat. So Bill Williams in for the 18th touchdown of the year thrown by Schuster. And there you see Bill Williams. Nice job, Williams, to concentrate that one into his hands with a little bit underthrown. Kick is down, kick is up, kick is good. 21-7. The Lions lead the Rollers with 20.3 seconds to go in the first half here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Advanced Hoops high-level basketball training program is gearing up for their winter youth basketball program. The programs are designed for children ages 5 to 10, as well as middle school, 5-on-5, and skill factory. Fall AAU tryouts will take place on October the 24th and the 31st. This is a great time to get an evaluation from the Advanced Hoops staff and prepare for the upcoming spring AAU season. So call Charlie Fortney at 717-657-2620 or go to advancedhoops.com now as classes are filling up. Pac Financial, helping local families build, manage, and protect their retirement savings. Do you have a game plan for retirement? Stephen Marazzo is a local advisor who listens and cares about your needs. No account is too large or too small. Let Pac Financial and Steve Marazzo design a winning game plan for your retirement. Call Steve at 717-564-6400 and ask about the free, no-obligation retirement projection.
Welcome back here as it's 21-7 now. Camp Hill strikes back quickly with 20.3 seconds to go here on a great pass to Bill Williams, a 17-yard touchdown strike. Third TD pass of the day here for Schuster. Kickoff coming from Noah Rizzuta. And again, a short catch. And again, Steel High able to cover. This time a great field position to get at the 45. We're going to be checking in just before halftime. Archie Smith.
And again, I think what Camp Hill is doing, they're not afraid of Steel High's ability to march the ball downfield. They'll rather kick a kick that gives them good field position as opposed to having a long return. So they feel that their defense will hold up, and they have been up to this point.
See if Malachi Young goes to a pass here. He's not going to do it. They're just going to continue to run the football. There again, almost getting away to the outside and hanging on for dear life on the tackle is Williamson. Did they cough it up? Yes, they did. Jack Williamson with a great tackle there and causes the fumble. And Camp Hill's going to get one more shot here with 10.3 seconds to go.
And Jones has to do a better job of ball security. He has a decent run. You have some guys standing around and not making blocks, and there the ball gets stripped right out. He has it now, and it gets through. He puts it out, and it's for the taking right there. And Camp Hill just gets on that ball and covers it up.
It was Corey Becker who caused the fumble then. So Becker causes the fumble with a reach around. And Jones hadn't got the chance to switch it to the other hand. He had it on the near side and just stripped down from behind by Corey Becker. So first down and 10, ball at the 48. This Camp Hill team is very opportunistic. Look for them to go for the TD. Schuster, good block at the line. The block was number 25 that time. It was Tajai Edwards. Tajai Edwards getting those big paws up, and Edwards, 6'2", had those paws up. He was about 7'5" when he got those up in the air.
He definitely was. He got his hands up, and that's what you do when you're coming up the line of scrimmage. Quarterback's throwing a quick ball. You get your hands up and see if you can block that down and deflect the pass. So
with the arms on Edwards, he's one of those guys that he can tie his shoes and not bend his knees.
Mm-hmm.
He's got those big, long arms. That's exactly the kind of guy you want up in that front line. Second down, 10 to go. Ball still at the 48-yard line. And if ball's loose, the ball's loose. Steel High, they're going to get on it. It's going to be covered by Camp Hill again as the clock is going to tick down, and that will be the end of the first half. Let's see if the official puts any time back on the clock. And that should be the end of the first half. It's 21-7. Stay tuned for our Highmark halftime show. An interview with Matty Young of Big Brothers and Big Sisters and the Food Bank documentary. 21-7 here at the half. We're going to try to stop by here and have a word with Frank Gay as Archie Smith over there. And we'll try to check in with Frank Gay before he leaves the field here for halftime and get his thoughts of the first half. Jerome, you look at the first half here, and it looked like Steel High was going to carry momentum in with him, and all of a sudden Camp Hill jumped on him coming back down the field with that passing game.
Yeah, definitely. The passing game has been hard to defend. Doing a decent job against the run, but right now Schuster is the pro that he is, just doing an excellent job finding his receivers.
And here's Archie Smith heading down right now with head coach Frank Gay. Let's go down to Archie.
Hey, guys, we're down here with Coach Frank Gay. You guys have been controlling the game all game. play to close out the half right now. What did you guys? You guys got in a big holder right now. What do you tell your team going to the second half?
Well, we told them we can't lose our focus. We got to go in, rejuvenate, come out, and keep getting after them. We don't want to ever let off the gas. We got to make sure we contain them, all right, make them get out of their game and play our game.
There you have it, guys. That's coming from Coach Frank Gay down here with Camp Hill. Get tuned. Second half coming up.
21-7. Camp Hill leads it at the half. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with our Highmark halftime report and an interview with Maddie Young of Big Brothers and Big Sisters right here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
It's better at Brenner. Brenner is back on Paxton Street with Brenner Pre-Owned. Choose from over 300 quality pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and minivans. We've got your next vehicle that's priced to fit your budget. At Brenner Pre-Owned, we have financing for every credit situation, plus 100% guaranteed credit. We'll get you driving today. Get to Brenner Pre-Owned back on Paxton Street or anytime at BrennerPreowned.com. It's better at Brenner. 24/7 at BrennerPreowned.com.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
Ruff Tractor and Equipment is PA's full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction along with other leading manufacturers. Serving the total sales, rental parts, and service needs of its customers. Ruff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish, featuring the latest parts and equipment from Case Construction and more. Ruff also offers 24/7 job site support. Ruff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
At Giant, it's never been easier for you to shop smart. Discover low prices on the items you buy most. Save on thousands of items every week with new Red Bonus Buy savings. And with gas rewards, you save big at the pump. You'll love how your savings stack up. Only at Giant. Earn Gas Extra Reward savings every time you shop. And pump up your rewards even more with weekly bonus offers in-ad and in-store. Gas Extra Rewards go farther at Giant.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her 2 boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help homeownership dreams come true.
There's a place where kids really connect to learning. Commonwealth Connections Academy. It's a tuition-free, fully accredited online public school where students find devoted, enthusiastic teachers like never before. Commonwealth Connections Academy, the online public school.
Back with Maddie Young from the Big Brothers Big Sisters. This is the CEO, ladies and gentlemen, of the Capital Region. Yes. Comes with a lot of responsibility, doesn't it, Maddie?
It does. It really does.
We're going to talk about the Really Big Show. The Really Big Show is awesome.
It is.
Jessica Lynn, Rising Country Star.
Right.
October 17th. You can get your tickets at HersheyTheater.com. Right. David Garibaldi.
Right.
I got to keep saying that over and over again.
Right. He's from America's Got Talent.
Yep, and he was an artist.
Yes, he's an artist.
Artist.
Music.
And one of my favorites, Christina, help me with the Bianco, impressionist.
Yep, she's on the Ellen Show all the time.
Okay. All in one show in Hershey. And not only that, some of my favorites, Maggie Lucas from the WNBA.
Exactly.
A-Train.
Right.
Blenda, some of the Tricksters, former Harlem Globetrotters, Harrisburg Symphony. Help me out.
Oh, gosh. We've got Candace Benson, who was on Gospel's Best, BET's version of American Idol. We've also got Kat Face from Philadelphia. She's a jazz singer. There's a whole host. There's 14 performers that'll be there that evening. And
Taylor Perry, Camp Hill.
Taylor Perry from Camp Hill. She's amazing.
She's a senior in high school, guys.
Absolutely. And we're working on the Milton Hershey Choir. So we're hoping that the choir can join us also from Milton Hershey School.
And we believe Redland Little League baseball team's going to be recognized.
Right, Redland will be there. Former First Lady Michelle Ridge will be there. She'll be honoring Redland, and we'll be giving them a plaque to honor them and let them know how important they are. Because Big Brothers Big Sisters is all about mentoring. It's all about kids achieving, and these are kids that have really achieved something.
And this event doesn't exclude those kids. It actually has not a red carpet, but Big Brothers Big Sisters purple colors, purple carpet, and those kids are going to get out of the limo, and they're going to walk up. They're going to shake hands with A-Train, Blenda, Maggie Lucas. Who are some of the other purple carpet items?
So the news will be there. Channel 21 will be there broadcasting live and interviewing the kids. We'll be live tweeting from the purple carpet. In addition to the Redland kids, we also have Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Little Sisters who will be attending. And their seats have been covered by a sponsor, a local sponsor, and so they will be walking the purple carpet, going downstairs. They'll be meeting Jessica Lynn and having a small mentoring session with her because she's actually got her master's degree in education.
Wow.
So mentoring and Big Brothers Big Sisters is something that's near and dear to her heart. So we're excited.
Well, and here's something else I wanted to ask you, because I can't help but understand that at Cumberland Valley, Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Capital Region has a presence. Talk about the presence Big Brothers Big Sisters has at Cumberland Valley. You were very excited about that earlier.
We are excited. The Really Big Show is a way for us to raise money to expand programming. And this year, for the first time, Big Brothers Big Sisters will have a presence at Cumberland Valley. We will actually have high school juniors and seniors that are going to the middle school and elementary school to mentor. The school district's excited, we're excited. We've had our first session and 100 high schoolers came out. So we are well on our way to establishing a Big Little program right here on the CD campus.
Folks, now you know why it's called the Really Big Show. There's a really big lineup of talent, and it's for a really big cause, and we have some really important people that are making this happen. So get your tickets at HersheyTheater.com. We'll be back after these messages.
The Central PA Food Bank has been dedicated to ending hunger for 30 years. Currently serving 27 counties and distributing 27 million meals to those in need and expanding year after year. Central PA Food Bank Communications Director Brad Peterson is active in the community, creating awareness to area student athletes and helping them understand the need to help people.
Right here in central Pennsylvania, 1 in 5 kids don't know where their next meal is coming from. It's kids just like you. That's kids that you go to school with, or go to church with, or you work with somewhere. It's really encouraging to see these young men take an interest in others who aren't as fortunate as them. There's so many kids out there that don't have the benefit of 3 meals a day, and because of that, maybe they can't be on the football field like these guys. So there are a lot of kids out there struggling, and to see them want to take part and work with the Central Pennsylvania Food Bank and do something to help kids who might be sitting in class with them, that's really heartwarming, and it really shows that these kids who are role models to the other students and some adults in the area can really make a difference right here in their community.
The Central PA Food Bank serves 800 other food distribution centers and needs volunteers, donations, and those willing to participate and organize food drives. The Central PA Food Bank is building a team that understands the need and the importance of everyone doing their part, and Brad Peterson understands that student athletes, and especially cheerleaders, can be examples of goodwill to other students in the school.
We are so lucky to be a part of football, especially wearing the green and white while we do it, that we all have that responsibility to help others. And this is one such way to really help others in a big way.
To join the team and get involved with the Central PA Food Bank, go to centralpafoodbank.org.
Welcome back to Seabird Park here at Camp Hill Stadium. It's halftime, and Camp Hill leads 21-7 here on your high school sports live game of the week, brought to you tonight by the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. 21-7, the Lions lead. And let's take a look, first of all, during our Highmark halftime report at the Pac Financial numbers. And you look at these numbers, Guy, 11-3 right now. Camp Hill leading in first downs over Steel High. The rushing, though, Steel High leads in that area 52 to minus 13 for Camp Hill. They had 3 different times they lost at least 10 yards on bad snaps, and give some credit to Steel High's defense for rushing that. 1 out of 3 for Steel High on passing, 8 of 14 for 184 yards to minus 1 for Steel High. Big numbers there, Jerome.
Yeah, definitely big numbers, and I think the big thing right now is Camp Hill's passing attack. They have been as advertised. We knew that they would come in and light it up, and right now Steel High's inability to ball. They're able to run the ball okay, but they're not throwing the ball, and they're not putting points on the board, which they need to do against Camp Hill.
Archie Smith for Steel High, 7-0 is a big number there because they got that turnover, got the ball at the 18-yard line, marched it in to stay in this ball game. Even though they're down 2 scores right now, you had to be happy to get the points right at the end of the half, but then you gave up that big touchdown for Camp Hill coming back down the field to take momentum into the locker room.
I mean, for Stilton, they're still playing great defense. They're only giving up 2 big plays. So, the last touchdown that they gave up was a well-known call play, but there's the other 2 plays that they giving up. I mean, they just really got beaten on those plays. So they only giving up 2 big plays.
You look right now at penalties, too. 4 penalties for 40 yards right now for Steel High. None thus far for Camp Hill. That's a big number as well, Jerome.
Oh, man, that's a huge number. For you to get away with a half and not have any penalties at all, that is very important. That means you're playing mistake-free football when it comes to the penalty aspect. However, like you talked about, that rushing game is really getting hurt because of those bobbled snaps.
You look at what you have to do in the second half here, Archie. You look at this team for Steel High. Do they open it up a little bit more, or do they go back to the same kind of recipe of get that run over that right and left side? I mean, they're doing a pretty good job of that left side so far with Furlong leading the way.
I mean, they should have stayed with what they was doing. Coming off tackle, smash mouth right down the field. But, hey, as I'm Coach Irby in the halftime, I'm telling them right now, look, seniors, this is our last time that we're going to play Camp Hill. So let's try to go out and sustain something right here.
And it is homecoming tonight here at Camp Hill. They're having the festivities down the field. You heard Frank Gay there at the end of the first half, and he said, hey, Steel High's playing hard. We got to, kind of not forget what we're doing here. I thought when they went to the Wildcat there and had Bill Williams taking it back there, it was kind of an interesting move there, up by only 2 scores at that particular point.
Yeah, it was an interesting call, and it ended up being a momentum killer and gave momentum to Steel High. So now, I don't know if they'll go back to that if they get up a little bit higher, maybe possibly, but that was one of those situations where you kind of gave momentum a little bit to Steel High on that play.
Archie, you look at Steel High, one of the things they have to do is account for people back there in that secondary. When you're getting 4 receivers, 5 receivers in some cases coming right out at you all the time and running all kinds of routes.
I mean, what they're doing right now, they're doing a lot of combo routes right now. So when you're playing man, you have to be able to focus on your man. And what they're doing is they're crossing, they're switching, and this quarterback have a lot of time. So a lot of them routes is turning into scramble routes, and those guys are doing a great job. Velati, he's breaking off his route and coming back to his quarterback and sustaining the drive.
We're seeing a pretty sophisticated passing attack. We're getting ready here for the second half. But before we go there, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with highlights here. It's the Highmark Halftime Report here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Come and see the best deals in town at Brenner Nissan during the Labor Day sales event. Cash in with up to $1,000 Nissan Holiday Bonus Cash on most 2015 Altima and Versa models. Drive a new 2015 Nissan Altima 2.5S for just $169 a month or $169 down. Plus, you'll save with 0% APR financing for up to 72 months on many models. Get to the Labor Day sales event at Brenner Nissan today on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 24/7 at BrennerNissan.com.
Right now at Pizza Hut, you can get any 2 medium pizzas for $6.99 each. Choose any crust, any sauce, any toppings. So go for it, America. Get any toppings, any crust flavor, anything you want on any 2 medium pizzas for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
National Language Honor Society, Student Council, and volunteers.
We're ready to help drive out breast cancer at Hoffman Ford. We have partnered with the Pennsylvania Breast Cancer Coalition. Through the month of October, we will be donating $25 with every vehicle we sell. Not only will you find great incentives,
low interest rates, and some amazing deals.
You will also be helping a great cause.
Help us, help them.
Find a cure.
Stop by and check out our huge inventory.
Brothers Big Sisters and Economical Food.
Welcome back to our Highmark halftime report here as you see the Camp Hill band tonight during homecoming. It's 21-7. The Lions lead the Rollers here at the half. And we want to take a look at what all went on in the first half. And there were some fireworks here for both these teams. But they started out here with Michael Schuster hooking up on a 67-yard touchdown pass to Logan Vellotti as they flooded zones out there everywhere. And Logan Vellotti dances in for the first score of the game. Here's Schuster again, faking it, throwing it deep. And this time, it's going to be another touchdown pass, this time to Zachary Kuntz on a 37-yard strike. That put Camp Hill up 14-0. But then Steel High picked it off and went in from 18 yards out, handing it off to Shamari Jones for a touchdown. But then coming right back down the field once again, a little bit of trickery, coming back against the grain and finding Bill Williams for a 17-yard touchdown pass, and that completed the scoring here in the first half. Jerome, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think you're going against that passing attack from Camp Hill. The defense of Steel High really struggling, especially like Archie said, on those plays that break down. They're not getting consistent pressure on the quarterback, Steel High. They're not getting that pressure. They have to be able to get that pressure on the quarterback to make Schuster uncomfortable, but not give him the ability to then throw downfield, which he's been hurting them big time doing that. So, again, the offense of Camp Hill is exactly what we thought. They're a powerful offense. They're already at 21 points. They average 46, so they're not far from what they usually do anyway. So there you go.
The problem you have if you're Steel High is you're accounting for so many receivers, and then Schuster can do it with his feet.
Yeah, when you have that many receivers in routes, and you're in man-to-man coverage, when those receivers are running their routes, they're taking secondary with them. So basically, their backs are turned. Schuster doesn't see anyone open or he gets boxed in. He takes off, and he actually is a very effective runner. So I tell you, he is a really good athlete and a really good quarterback prospect. You talk about single-A football, this kid may get an opportunity to play at the next level, and with his ability with his arm and his legs, he may be able to do some things.
We're going to take a break here. We continue our Highmark halftime report. When we come back as Charlie Fortney is going to be visiting with Taylor Perry, a high school senior here at Camp Hill, when we return. It's 21-7 here at the half. High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Advanced Hoops high-level basketball training program is gearing up for their winter youth basketball program. The programs are designed for children ages 5 to 10, as well as middle school, 5-on-5, and skill factory. Fall AAU tryouts will take place on October the 24th and the 31st. This is a great time to get an evaluation from the Advanced Hoops staff and prepare for the upcoming spring AAU season. So call Charlie Fortney at 717-657-2620 or go to advancedhoops.com now as classes are filling up.
Pack Financial, helping local families build, manage, and protect their retirement savings. Do you have a game plan for retirement? Steve Marazzo is a local advisor who listens and cares about your needs. No account is too large or too small. Let Pack Financial and Steve Marazzo design a winning game plan for your retirement. Call Steve at 717-564-6400 and ask about the free, no-obligation retirement projection. True Vision Realtors is the most enthusiastic and innovative real estate firm in Central PA, offering multiple programs for sale by owner to full service. They are a locally family-owned business. They are serving you for buying and selling needs. To catch the true vision for your housing future, call Nick and Jody Pendolina at 717-925-9095. Did you know that the Cleveland Brothers is much more than just earth-moving and construction machines? We're rental and standby generators. We're truck engine service. We're Soul air compressors. We're global pumps and so much more. Visit us at clevelandbrothers.com.
On October 17th at the Hershey Theater, area families are in for a magical night as the Really Big Show is featuring rising country star Jessica Lynn, famous impressionist Christina Bianco, performance painter David Grobati from America's Got Talent, and special appearances from the Redland Little League, the United States Championship team, the WNBA's Maggie Lucas, former Harlan Globetrotter, A-Train, and Belinda, and much, much more. The Really Big Show is a special benefit for Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the Capital Region. This event is recommended for families. To get tickets, visit HersheyTheater.com or call 534-3505. Fans High School Sports Live has teamed up with the Capital Region Insurance Agency to benefit the Bethesda mission through the Socks and Sweats Drive. Help clothe Harrisburg's homeless and ensure the warmth of people in need by donating new or lightly used sweats or new socks. For a list of collection locations, visit hsslivetv.com or CRIAinc.com.
Advanced Hoops' biggest goal has been to raise the culture of training and development in this region. Working with youth coaches, junior high coaches, high school coaches, and even more so, college coaches in the last 5 years. We're seeing a rise in the talent level of players all over the area. Programs like ours are making a difference. We're just proud to be part of that culture of training that's growing strong in the Harrisburg area.
Sign up. Fall AAU tryouts.
Brenner is back on Paxton Street with Brenner Pre-Owned. Choose from over 300 quality pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and minivans. We've got your next vehicle that's priced to fit your budget. At Brenner Pre-Owned, we have financing for every credit situation, plus 100% guaranteed credit. We'll get you driving today. Get to Brenner Pre-Owned, back on Paxton Street or anytime at BrennerPreowned.com. 24/7 at BrennerPreowned.com.
Ruff Tractor and Equipment is PA's full line equipment dealer representing Case Construction along with other leading manufacturers. Serving the total sales, rental parts, and service needs of its customers. Ruff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish, featuring the latest parts and equipment from Case Construction and more. Ruff also offers 24/7 job site support. Ruff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
True Vision Realtors is the most enthusiastic and innovative real estate firm in Central PA, offering multiple programs for sale by owner to full service. They are a locally family-owned business. They are serving you for buying and selling needs. To catch the true vision for your housing future, call Nick and Jody Pendolina at 717-925-9095.
How about we cut some fat from the system? How about we lose the hot air and secondhand smoke?
Did you know that the Cleveland Brothers is much more than just earth moving and construction machines? We're rental and standby generators. We're truck engine service. We're Soul air compressors. We're global pumps and so much more. Visit us at clevelandbrothers.com.
On October 17th at the Hershey Theater, area families are in for a magical night as the really big show is featuring rising country star Jessica Lynn, famous impressionist Christina Bianco, performance painter David Grobati from America's Got Talent, and special appearances from the Redland Little League, the United States Championship team, the WNBA's Maggie Lucas, former Harlan Globetrotter A-Train and Belinda, and much, much more. The Really Big Show is a special benefit for Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the Capital Region. This event is recommended for families. To get tickets, visit HersheyTheater.com or call 534-3505. Advanced Hoops high-level basketball training program is gearing up for their winter youth basketball program. The programs are designed for children ages 5 to 10, as well as middle school, 5-on-5, and skill factory. Fall AAU tryouts will take place on October the 24th and the 31st. This is a great time to get an evaluation from the Advanced Hoops staff and prepare for the upcoming spring AAU season. So call Charlie Portney at 717-657-2620 or go to advancedhoops.com now as classes are filling up. Fans High School Sports Live has teamed up with the Capital Region Insurance Agency to benefit the Bethesda mission through the Socks and Sweats Drive. Help clothe Harrisburg's homeless and ensure the warmth of people in need by donating new or lightly used sweats or new socks. For a list of collection locations, visit hsslivetv.com or criainc.com.
We get ready to start the third quarter here at Siebert Park at Camp Hill Stadium. Camp Hill is going to be kicking it off here. And they lead 21-7 here as we start the third quarter against Steel High. It'll be Noah Rizzuto doing the honors, and he kicks another high, soft one. They've been tough to return any of them tonight. This one's fumbled again at the 31, but Steel High will recover, and they'll set up shop there. And, you know, we talk about defining moments in a game. Jerome Presley, Archie Smith will be here. I'm Gary Sutton with you. And, of course, Travis Sparks is always our man on the numbers. But, you know, Jerome, defining moments, and you really want to establish momentum right out of the gate here in the third quarter. So if you're Steel High, you want to get that running game going again.
Yeah, the running game seemed to be the best success you had. Able to churn out yardage, not big yardage, but enough to get some first down. So I think it's going to be very big for them to get this running game going and see if they can get pressure on this defense.
So first down and 10 yards to go here. Here's your handoff. And dancing over that right side again is number 2. We've called his number a lot tonight, Shamari Jones. Let's get on the sideline. Archie Smith and Charlie Fortney down there.
Congratulations, Taylor, runner-up of the homecoming court. How's that make you feel?
It's awesome. It's so cool to see everyone home, so it's just such a fun night. I'm happy to be here.
Taylor Perry is going to be on the Really Big Show next week with rising country star Jessica Lynn, Christina Bianca, Jason Garibaldi, America's Got Talent. How do you feel being on such a big stage at the Really Big Show?
Well, not only is it awesome to be a part of a show with such amazing people, but it's so exciting to do such an awesome thing for Big Brothers Big Sisters and be a part of such a fun night. It's an honor.
Taylor Perry, rising star, Camp Hill senior, but tonight she's runner-up of the homecoming court, and she is very happy about that. Back to you guys.
And again, congratulations to Sydney Robertson, the homecoming queen tonight. But Taylor Perry, the runner-up tonight, has some big doings out ahead of her. Another good run here on second down by Shamari Jones, and he has a third down and 1 yard to go.
And again, they're in that short yardage situation where you only got 1 yard. See if you can just lay over the line to get a first down.
There's your handoff. He's going to be stacked up this time. I don't know that he made it. Did he stretch forward? Let's take a look.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I actually thought they were going to do another sneak on that left side like they've been doing. And they've been having some success on that short yardage.
Malachi Young getting in behind Big Chisholm there, the center. And so he actually, they always said he lost a yard. Now they put it back to 4th and 1. So now here maybe is your quarterback sneak again. Get in behind Jeff Chisholm, the 5'10", 200-pound freshman, by the way, center, who's done a good job there tonight, opening up some holes.
I think they're going to punt it.
At least that's what they're showing here. Doesn't look like any trick play that could come up on this play. So Steel High, oh, there it is. Just we said no. Does he get to the line? He needed to get out to about the 41. He stretches forward. Did he get it? Camp Hill says no, and so does the official.
And again, I mean, I don't have a problem with the call. The execution definitely wasn't there. Too much penetration on the line. You see all those Camp Hill defenders standing up, and they recognize it right away. There's really nowhere to run, and they come and converge on the ball carrier.
Well, he made that lateral move. I think if he dove forward right away, he probably had the first down. There you see a smile and Batman, and I don't know if that's Robin with him or not, but you kind of think he's maybe thinking about that pizza after the game, don't you?
Probably. Pizza or some ice cream.
There it is. Camp Hill with the football at the 40-yard line of Steel High, and so Steel High throws the dice and lose on this particular one. Steel High showing blitz. Steel High coming. And Bill Williams right through the line, and he slipped up. As Malachi Young in on the tackle. Let's go down to Archie Smith along the side. Archie, a big moment there. Couldn't get the 1 yard on 2 plays.
I mean, it still was a good gamble for Stilton to try to come out and get something going on for offense, but hey, there was a big stand by Camp Hill.
So Steel High back on defense now, and Camp Hill, where they like to be on offense, they spread them out once again. Second down, 3 yards to go. Ball spotted at the 33-yard line. The Lions already up by 2 scores, excuse me. The handoff, there goes Williams, flashing through the left side and upended. Good tackle for Steele High by Wilbur Hollins, but not before the first down.
And you can see Camp Hill, they really, really want to get Williams going in the second half. You can tell they went into the locker room. Coach Gay said, you know what, we got to feed Williams the ball, and they're coming out and running him consecutive plays to try to get him going.
How about George Massey on the nice block, number 55 on the left side, the center. Their first down and 10, ball at the 28-yard line. Schuster in shotgun. Spreads out again, handoff right up the middle. There goes Williams, bolts through the line. He's going for the end zone. Williams is going to be in for the TD, a 28-yard touchdown run for Bill Williams for his second touchdown of the game. One by reception, one by run.
And that's when Camp Hill is at its best, when they're able to run the ball, and you have Williams doing his damage, you have Schuster doing his damage in the passing game, and they're in cohesion with each other.
There's that spread again. And take a look. The hole just wide open one more time. And Bill Williams, no fussing around. He's head to the house.
Yep.
Noah Rizzuta in to try to add the extra point. Rizzuto's kick is up and good. It's 28-7. We'll take a timeout. It's 8:40 to go in the third quarter on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
True Vision Realtors is the most enthusiastic and innovative real estate firm in Central PA, offering multiple programs for sale by owner to full service. They are a locally family-owned business. They are serving you for buying and selling needs. To catch the true vision for your housing future, call Nick and Jody Pendolina at 717-925-9095. On October 17th at the Hershey Theater, area families are in for a magical night as a really big show is featuring rising country star Jessica Lynn, famous impressionist Christina Bianco, performance painter David Garibaldi from America's Got Talent, and special appearances from the Redland Little League, the United States Championship team, the WNBA's Maggie Lucas, former Harlan Globetrotter A-Train and Belinda, and much, much more. The Really Big Show is a special benefit for Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the Capital Region. This event is recommended for families. To get tickets, visit HersheyTheater.com or call 534-3505.
Welcome back to Siebert Park at Camp Hill Stadium. There you see Bill Williams with the second touchdown of the night. And let's go down to the sidelines with Archie Smith, because he's seeing something down there on the checkoffs right now that's really big for Camp Hill.
I mean, guys, you can tell the relationship between the offensive coordinator and the quarterback. They're giving this guy a chance to make a check at the line. On that touchdown driver there, he checked every play at that line. I'm seeing this guy, man. This guy is Saturday ready, guys.
There you go. And Archie Smith down the sideline. Kicking off again is Rizzuta. And again, they haven't had a clean kick all night, and Steele High actually probably going to run the ball there a little bit. Instead, we'll cover it up and make sure, as jumping on top of it was Ja'Kai Jenkins. So Steele High gets it at the 30-yard line. They're down by 3 scores, 8:39 to go in the third quarter. They'll have the ball at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and as I was saying, I actually think Camp Hill is purposely doing that on those kicks.
Yep.
They don't want to give a return, and they're banking on their defense, that they're able to stop Steele High and prevent them from driving the ball downfield.
Quick scoring drive, 3 plays, 40 yards, 1 minute and 11 seconds is all it took. And like we said, high-octane offense. So here's Steele High trying to get something going again with Malachi Young over center. Handoff, you're going to get forward for a few yards out near the 35-yard line. Might be a gain of 4.
And right now, Gary, Steele High is one-dimensional. They cannot throw. When they've attempted to throw, they haven't been able to complete them. So what you're seeing with Camp Hill is they're putting a lot of guys in the box. They're playing up close. They're not going to let them, run the ball all over them. And now you see those yards that they were getting in the first half is a little tighter now.
And where the clock was your friend in the first half because you kept the offense off the field, now the clock's your absolute enemy, down 3 scores. So here's Steele High, second down, 6 yards to go. Malachi Young, handoff again, straight forward, and Camp Hill's very satisfied letting this go. Good, hard run, though, again by Jerron Grayer. And it's going to be a first down. But, again, it takes time off the clock because we're now down under 8 minutes in the third quarter.
Right. And running the ball is not difficult. It's not a hard thing to do or a bad thing to do. It's just that you run the ball, you go back to the huddle, and you're not having any kind of sense of urgency. So,
by the way, some scores from around the rest of the league right now. The Mid-Penn Capital. How about this one? Or actually, Mid-Penn. Susquehanna Township 21, Bishop McDevitt 7. A little bit of a surprise by some there, maybe not by the Susquehanna Township people. And Cedar Cliff doing it to Mechanicsburg 35-6. Next week, Our game of the week here on the High School Sports Live game of the week will be Bishop McDevitt at Cedar Cliff. That's going to be a fun one. I'll be here with you doing that again, along with Archie and Travis Sparks and Chad Edwards and the whole crowd.
Well, I'll tell you, that Susquehanna Township team, they've had a rough year to start. I know they anticipated being better than what they are now. So having an opportunity to go after Bishop McDevitt, and I often think that Bishop McDevitt may have opportunities throughout the year where they're a little complacent because they've rough shot across the league for so long, and then they go up against a team that's ready for them.
There's a team that's good for probably 10 points. You step on the field. Here's a handoff again. Oh, bursting through this time. Nice run one more time by Jerron Grayer. And another first down for Steel High.
And those are the plays that that the Steamrollers used to have compared to other years. And that's, a lot of that is that youth that they have on this team. They have a lot of young guys on this team.
That's the longest gain in the game for Steel High, 11 yards. First down, 10. Handoff again. Grayer over the left side, out near the 40, crosses the 40, out at the 42-yard line. So Steel High on the move, and make that down to the 38, rather. Forgive me.
And Grayer is one of those seniors, 6 foot, 215-pound tailback, a load to bring down for that Camp Hill Lions team. Again, you're taking a lot of time off the clock. You're trying to keep that score manageable by keeping that offense off the field of Camp Hill. But again, you're fighting against Camp Hill and the clock at this point.
And if you're Steel High tonight, you got to be pleased about how your offensive line is doing there, opening up some good holes for your running attack. Problem, it's pretty much one-dimensional tonight. There's Malachi Young with that little sneak we've seen that's good for 3 or 4 yards every time he does it.
Yeah, and I'm actually shocked that Camp Hill is not even closer up, because not respecting that pass. Why? Because Steel High has not successfully really threw the ball all day today.
I don't think they had one completion tonight so far. Is that it for Steel High? There, Travis Sparks says 2 for 8 tonight, or 2 for 8 on third down, excuse me. But I think they have one completion so far this evening here for Steel High thus far. Third down, 2 yards to go. Let's see what they do on this one. Backs of the eye. They're straight hand up, straight through. Going to have the first down and then a little bit more. Straightforward run again, as getting the work done on this particular set of downs is Jerron Grayer. So first down and 10, ball down to the 36-yard line.
Again, they're just going straight at Camp Hill at this moment. They're down 28-7. Trying to get points on the board has been hard and difficult for Steel High. So they have to find a way throughout the rest of the season to put points on the board.
Only average a little over 8 points a game during the season. That's something you never would think about with the Steel High team. They scored a lot of points in the past. And here again, another nice run over the right side, down inside near the 25-yard line. Going to be down to about the 24, and here you see the replay. Look at that right side opening up. And again, one of the guys you're seeing up there's two guys really doing the work on that one, Alex Furlon and John Ferrer. Number 70 and number 58. Look at Ferrer. Just decks his man, pancakes him, and opens up a big hole over that right side for Grayer to get through. So it'll be second down, 2 yards to go. Again, good pickup on the first down. Grayer to the outside. Grayer trying to get around the outside, inside the 20. Going to have first down and bumped out of bounds. Tell you what, Grayer is a load to bring down. I mean, he runs through tackles very, very well.
And that's what you call a violent running back. You dish it to the defense, and you saw him do that at the end of that run, and that is something you want to do and you want to see from your running back.
Watch the arm come up right here. Boom, put the shoulder down in and says, okay, you're going to tackle me, you're going to pay for price. Grayer, a tough guy. First down and 10, ball to the 19-yard line now for the Rollers as they're marching. 4:12 to go in the third quarter. There's Grayer again, straight down the middle and just takes on a man. And again, gets 2 more yards just trying to bring him down. I mean, everything he's doing right now is positive yardage, Jerome.
Get downhill running, Archie.
Let's go down to Archie Smith on the sideline right now. And Archie, you're seeing Grayer just plowing through the middle of that line for Camp Hill.
Guys, this guy, I mean, on that last run, I'm standing on the sideline. I mean, you can hear him grunting, getting up. I mean, you can hear these guys grunting, taking on these impacts out here, man. This is a very intenseful game right now. No matter the score.
You get a combination of two cities there with Shamari Jones who does the dance, and you get Grayer going straight. Here's Jones this time. They bring him back in, and Jones, more positive yardage inside the 10-yard line as they continue to march. 3:29 to go in the third quarter. Steel High with 3rd down and 1 to go. They were in this situation a moment ago and couldn't get the 1 yard over 2 downs. So this is a big moment again for them.
Definitely a big moment. I would imagine this is 4-down territory for Steel High.
Now, do you bring Grayer back here to try to just steam forward again?
You may want to give him a little breather, and let, number 2 come in the game, Jones, do his dirty work.
Let's see if Malachi Young sneaks on this, and he does. And Malachi Young, there's a penalty flag down, and it looks like it might be illegal procedure against Steel High, and there it is. And just again, when you thought things were going really well, that little penalty bug jumps up and bites you.
Yeah, and again, you think about Steel High and the success that they've had for so many years, and I think as a Class A team, you're a little bit more reliant on numbers than what other schools are that may be a little bigger. So it is possible that you'll have years that are down for you because of numbers. You don't have the luxury of having 70 guys a year to play and groom. You have guys that play multiple sports, guys that play multiple positions, and you're primed to have an uptick or a downtick year. And every Class A team, have a potential to go for that.
There's Grayer back in. Grayer steaming forward. Grayer down inside the 5-yard line. This guy is running under a head of steam right now. Let's get down to Archie Smith. He's seeing this guy banging through the line. Archie?
I told you guys, man, this guy is getting hungry and hungry. He's looking over at the sideline, like demanding the ball. I mean, this guy wants the ball. He wants to finish the drive right now.
Tell you what, he's showing you some nice moves inside there, too, in addition to running through tackles and covering up the ball. Nice job by Grayer. And it's 1st down and goal to go here at the 5-yard line.
And these are hard yards, too. These are the yards you need a jacuzzi bath afterwards.
Well, you know he's going to get it. Going to get a steady dive at number 6. And he dives to the end zone. Looks like he's going to come up just short. It'll be 2nd down. Ball down near the 1-foot line. I'm going to take a wild guess and think that maybe he's going to get it again, guys. What do you think?
I would give it to him, man. You're looking at the Camp Hill defense. Again, many of these guys going both ways. They're feeling it right now. So when you're taking a toll on a defense, you're also taking a toll on their offense because they're getting tired, and this drive was right down the throat.
14 plays this drive, and here is the dive for the end zone by Young. His team pushing behind, and he's going to be in, it looks like. Malachi Young in. Touchdown called by the official of Malachi Young on the dive to the end zone for the touchdown.
And this is a pride drive for Steel High. They have not. They've had a difficult game. They've had some good moments, and this was one of those where they got behind their big running back and allowed him to pave the way for them to get downfield. Grayer was very instrumental in that drive and capping it off. And they have surpassed their game average, which they really needed to do was put on some extra points.
Well, and what you liked on that too, Jerome, and if we try for the extra point here off the foot of Nick Niedlinger, and Niedlinger adds it up, is sustainable. They sustained the drive. 28-13, 1:34 to go in the third on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27. Back after this.
Ruff Tractor and Equipment is PA's full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction along with other leading manufacturers. Serving the total sales, rental parts, and service needs of its customers. Ruff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish, featuring the latest parts and equipment from Case Construction and more. Ruff also offers 24/7 job site support. Ruff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
We're ready to help drive out breast cancer at Hoffman Ford. We have partnered with the Pennsylvania Breast Cancer Coalition. Through the month of October, we will be donating $25 with every vehicle we sell. Not only will you find great incentives,
low interest rates, and some amazing deals.
You will also be helping a great cause.
Help us, help them.
Find a cure.
stop by and check out our huge inventory.
Steel High scores. They cut it back to 2 scores right now. There's a bouncy kick down the field against Camp Hill. And there's a guy that's caused some trouble for Steel High tonight. Logan Vellotti gets in and dances his way back out to decent field position. Let's go down to Archie Smith because he's hearing some sounds down there. It means a lot of people are going to work. Archie?
Guys, it is some collisions going on down here, that you want to see and hear from a high school football game. I absolutely love my job to be down here, guys, so you can just really get the experience going on down here. That was a great drive by Stilton. You need to look at the offensive linemen. They gave it their all on that drive right there.
14 plays, 69 yards, 7 minutes eaten up on the clock. Now, the only problem for Steel High is it was 7 minutes eaten up on the clock. However, you kept this offense off the field for Camp Hill. So 1:28 to go here in the third quarter, and Camp Hill sets up shop again, this time at their own 41-yard line. Great field position to start out here. We're going to get more Bill Williams, and Bill Williams takes off. Bill Williams heading for the end zone. Bill Williams down the side. He's going to finally be ridden out of bounds by Chevion Grant, but not before he gains, and then the penalty flag down on top of it.
Yeah, I think we got a couple of flags there. Possible face mask as well as a horse collar possible tackle as well. So Bill Williams, they flooded the A gap, and Bill Williams still was able to get upfield. The gap in between the center or guard on each side, and you saw he just gets right up the middle. So that can be demoralizing for a defense.
44-yard scamper by Bill Williams. Face mask tacked on top of it. And there's a difference between Steel High and Camp Hill. Camp Hill explodes. Steel High, workman-like effort to come down and get their touchdown. And right away, Camp Hill's there again, knocking on the door.
Yeah, and again, it's just you run blitz that, and you leave the left side vulnerable to your defense, and Bill Williams is able to just take it and just go north-south.
Look at Bill Williams stopping a dime and moving another direction. He showed you a lot on that run. Ball is now at the 8-yard line. First down and goal to go. 1:10 to go in the third quarter. Schuster back in the shotgun again. Got Bill Williams back there. Getting a steady diet of Bill Williams here in the second half.
Yep. And it seemed like a conscious effort to do this by the coach.
First half, it was pretty much through the air. The second half, it's been pretty much on the ground. Here's Williams again. He just scampered toward the end zone. He's going to get in easily. Bill Williams with his third touchdown of the game, too, via the rush. So Bill Williams in from the 8-yard line, and they roll again up to 34-14 right now. We'll get the extra point attempt in a moment. Bill Williams showing you his stuff.
Yeah. So you see Steel High, they have a methodical, time-chewing drive, hard-working drive to get downfield. You score a touchdown, and then the very next series, Bill Williams carries the ball 3 times. He's in the end zone.
There it is, and that's how quickly Camp Hill can put them up on you. They average 46 a game, and they're right on schedule here, and maybe for more. 43.8 seconds to go in the third quarter. Kick is up. Kick is good. 35-14. Camp Hill leads it. Your high school sports live game of the week here on ABC 27.
At Giant, it's never been easier for you to shop smart. Discover low prices on the items you buy most. Save on thousands of items every week with new Red Bonus Buy savings. And with gas rewards, you save big at the pump. You'll love how your savings stack up. Only at Giant. Earn Gas Extra Reward savings every time you shop, and pump up your rewards even more with weekly bonus offers in-ad and in-store. Gas Extra Rewards go farther at Giant.
Right now at Pizza Hut, you can get any 2 medium pizzas for $6.99 each. Choose any crust, any sauce, any toppings. So go for it, America. Get any toppings, any crust flavor, anything you want on any 2 medium pizzas for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Welcome back to Siebert Park here at Camp Hill Stadium. Bill Williams now with 117 total yards and 3 touchdowns, 2 via the rush. Let's get down to Archie Smith. He just watched that explosion on the sideline. Archie?
Hey, guys, what I'm seeing right now is a flip-flop Steel High right now. I mean, the first half kind of carried the team, but the offense is trying to carry the team.
Well, and for Steel High, the problem is you carved out a big touchdown there in 14 plays, and then all of a sudden coming back down in just a few plays, you've got Camp Hill answering the bell. So it's almost like they will it.
And again, I think a big thing is Steel High's offense. A lot of those guys, again, they play defense as well. So they have this methodical long drive, and then they have to turn around and stop Camp Hill, and that's hard to do.
Here you see Noah Rizzuta, who has had some funky kickoffs tonight, but you haven't seen one return so far by Steel High. So it's working. And again, the ball down at the 30-yard line by the Rollers. Let's go down to Archie Smith on the sideline. Archie, Hale had 2 ways to score. This last drive, 2 plays, 59 yards, 51 seconds, as opposed to the 7-minute, 14-play drive that Steel High had for their touchdown.
What you're seeing right now is a flip-flop from Steel High. I mean, the first half, their defense was carrying the team. Now their offense is coming out, getting positive yards for these guys, and the defense is not backing their end up.
Got an update on that Cedar Cliff score. Cedar Cliff up now 42-21 at Mechanicsburg in the second half. Here's your handoff again. Here comes Grayer. Grayer getting outside, over the 35, out near the 40-yard line. Grayer continues to have an outstanding game running the football.
Yeah, that's going to come back, though, for offensive face mask. I mean, the one thing about it, you can stiff arm, but you cannot grab the face mask of the defender that's trying to tackle you, and it looks like that may be what he did.
Seen a lot of face masks tonight so far called on Steel High. The penalty is really hurting Steel High right now. That's the 6th penalty of the game against the Rollers. Get personal foul. You're going to see the face mask side against Steel High, so calling back a big gain again.
And again, you can stiff arm and you can hit that face mask. You can't grab it, just like a defender can't grab the rusher's face mask.
There you see Frank Gay. He's not taking any time off right now. He's still into this game. His team up 35-14 last year. They went into the States. They got drilled by Bishop Guilfoyle, who went on to win the state championship. And he's got that fresh in his mind. I know they've got one goal this year. They've got a veteran team back. They lost just a couple of players from last year's team. They got an entire offensive line back, and we've seen what they can do tonight.
And they're still young. They have a veteran team, and they're still young. They have so many sophomores that are contributing and juniors that are contributing to this team. And I swear, Bill Williams, it seemed like he's been on this roster for so long. He's just been starting for, since he's been a youngin' as a freshman. So he still has another year left.
There's Malachi Young with a handoff again. Again, it's going to be Grayer, and this time he's stacked up at the line. One of the only times tonight that's happened. Good sportsmanship there by both teams. As you saw Patty Grayer on the back going by was Nathaniel Teeter.
And you have Grayer. He's just running right in the teeth of the defense. I'll tell you what, again, he's going to be sore at the end of this game. And also the defenders that are hitting him. I mean, he's coming through that line. He's coming through hard, and he's just trying to make it happen.
That'll be the end of the third quarter. 35-14. We head to the fourth. Camp Hill is up by 21.
Your Camp Hill Lions 35.
And we're going to have our kick here at halftime.
Fans, now fix your eyes towards the north end zone as we're going to have the Brenner family of field trips 25-yard field goal challenge. Let's cheer on Scott Duffy as he tries to win a Westinghouse 40-inch LED HDTV. Fans, let's hear it to Scott as he attempts to hit. Whenever you're ready.
It's our 25-yard kick here. Kick is up, and the kick is just wide. Got pretty good foot on that, didn't he?
Yeah, it was wide right. He did get a good foot. Yeah, he can do better than I can do. I can't do it at all. It would have went like south, east-west.
Our Brenner family of dealerships kick here at the half, and that will end at the third quarter. That'll end the third quarter. 35-14, Camp Hill leads. We'll be back with more. And we're going to stay right here, they tell us. Let's go down to Archie Smith again to talk a little bit about what he saw there in the third quarter. Archie?
What I did see was a heavy dose of Bill Williams right there. I mean, that guy looked like he started off in the first quarter. He is running stronger, and we're in the third, going into the fourth quarter. He's running like he's still in the first quarter.
You know, Jerome, they didn't use Bill Williams very much in the first half from the run standpoint. It was like they were saving up another package for you in the second half.
And again, I mean, they ran him a couple of times, and then they put him more in the passing game. He was one of those receivers when they went 5 receiver sets. He was one of those slot receivers that were out there. And then they threw him at quarterback, and we saw how that went. Now they got him back running the ball, and they're making a conscious efforts to get to him, whether it's coaching or whether it's the quarterback checking in at the line of scrimmage.
There's a little trickery here. End around, and it's not going to fool anybody as smelling it out one more time. This guy's played a whale of a game tonight. Jack Williamson, number 45, the linebacker, had that play dosed out right away.
And Williamson, the one thing about when you have a reverse is making sure that you keep contained and force everything inside. And Williamson is able to do that. He reads it. He's right there, right where he needs to be, comes off his block, comes up, make a tackle for a 4-yard loss.
The other problem you had there, too, was reverse went to the near sideline instead of having a wide side to use your athletic ability and get out a little bit more running room. Andrew Irby over there on the side, the head coach for Steel High. He's going to see some positive things on the film tonight about what his team's been able to do this evening. There's a fake. Malachi Young looking to throw. He's going to get flushed out again. And who else? Check that number. It's going to be Jack Williamson one more time. And Williamson is all over the field.
Yeah, and again, it's just penetration can decimate an offense, and that's what you're getting from Steel High, or from Camp Hill, whether it's the run penetration or the passing penetration and getting in that secondary, getting Malachi Young down.
Nick Needlinger is back to kick here at 4th down at 16. 10:47 to go in this one. Camp Hill up by 21. You know, one of the numbers we have not called much in the second half here defensively has been Bryce Carter. He was all over the field for Steel High in the first half, number 53 in the second half. Camp Hill's been able to negate him a little bit.
Well, you brought up a good point. It's all about adjustments. And I think what you do is you get in the locker room and you go down the list. You have your offensive line and you say, okay, what's happening in front of you? And the offensive line will tell you what's going on. And they'll say, hey, that Carter kid is in this gap. This is what he's doing. And then the coach can make an adjustment on how we want to block him. And it sounds like they're able to make a good adjustment.
We talked about the second half belonging to Bill Williams. 5 plays Camp Hill ran in the third quarter. All 5 plays were carried by Bill Williams for 99 yards. Talk about a different set of rules here in the second half for Camp Hill. They show it to you in the air in the first half. They show it to you in the ground attack the second half.
And they can do it both ways. I mean, they're really right now. Williams is really doing his thing. He's real confident, and he's been waiting for this to be the workhorse.
Good kick out of there by Needlinger, by the way. Gets it all the way back to Camp Hill's 33 when they set up shop. There's Williams again. Make that the 6th time he's carried the football here in the second half. And again, positive yardage forward. Williams slashing over the right side.
And he is a well put together kid. He's about 5'6", 170 pounds. I have to give you good balance. So if you ever notice him, he really does a good job keeping his balance. The only difference is the field surface has been a little slick for him. So you've seen him slip a little bit, but otherwise he has a good center of gravity. And sometimes those backs, kind of like a Darren Sproles type of back, are hard to bring down.
Guy's been doing a job on the right side line tonight is Sean Ebach, and he's been opening up some big holes, number 66. Keep an eye on him over there. As again, it's Williams running forward, and Williams got 3 of another 5, make that 6 on the second carry. It'll be 3rd down and 1 as the clock ticks under 10 minutes here to go in this one. 35-14. Camp Hill leads it here on the High School Sports Live Game of the Week, brought to you tonight by Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency.
And we had a Bryce Carter sighting. He just made the play, a tackle just now. So, again, they want to get him going. They want to see if they can contain Williams, which has been hard to do in the second half.
Carter lines up with the right side this time of the Steel High line. They're actually putting 2 guys in him. They're hitting him from the right and from the left. So they've double-teamed him the second half to make the adjustment because he was running roughshod there in the first half.
He definitely was. And this is all the Bill Williams show. They want to get him the ball. I don't think anyone else has touched the ball the entire half right now. It's get the ball to Bill Williams. He's coming up. Defense makes a good play on this, so it brings up a 4th down.
It's almost like you're making up for the fact he wasn't the game last week, so we'll give you 2 games worth of yardage tonight. Here in the second half as Bill Williams, a little over 528 yards coming to this one tonight. Certainly having a great evening. So it'll be 4th down, 4 yards to go. Camp Hill in their own territory. And what they wanted to do was to draw off sides, and it looks like this time it's going to be against Camp Hill. Looks like illegal procedure. Let's see if the referee agrees. And it's going to be offsides again against Steel High. Another big moment where you have a chance to make something positive happen. The penalty jumps up and bites you. That should be the 7th penalty of the game tonight for the Rollers. Yeah. Make that the 8th penalty now.
Definitely. And again, this score doesn't take away from what these 2 schools have done in sports. I mean, they're 2 of the stronger Class A programs in District 3. They all have made both schools have done well. Both schools have state championships at their disposal. With Steel High having 9 district titles. I mean, they have really been the class act of Class A football in District 3.
Look at Williams, just a load to bring down. And you want to know a big difference in the game tonight also. 8 penalties against the Rollers, none. With 7:47 to go in the game against Camp Hill.
I mean, I've never seen anything like that where you have no penalties. That's discipline. That's when you're playing a disciplined football team, and you realize when you see scores that they've put up 56-0 twice. So that lets you know they can shut teams out, and they just discipline football.
Archie Smith, we saw Gerard Greer running hard up the middle. We see another scat back here in Bill Williams in the second half. He's really being featured.
Hey, I think somebody from Camp Hill called the coach and was like, man, they're talking about Stilton running the ball. Let's show them that we can run the ball, too.
And that's exactly what they're doing.
Well said, Archie. Archie Smith down to the sidelines. As we tick under 8, down to 7:20 to go here in the game. Schuster, this time he's going to bootleg it himself to the outside. Then he's just going to go down. Eating clock here for his team.
He is. He's eating clock, so it wasn't a bad play. You give up a sack, but, you're up 35-14. Not a bad call.
And you're not really interested in throwing the big mistake here as we have a penalty flag down on the play.
You could throw it out of bounds, but do it incomplete. But, again, you don't kill clock.
Going to get holding called. There's your first penalty of the game. I jinxed it.
First penalty.
First penalty of the game, a holding call against Camp Hill. They have played error-free football all night, except for the interception, which they had earlier that led to one of the Steel High touchdowns. So it took us all the way down to 7 minutes, Archie, to get the first penalty against Camp Hill.
I mean, this is just still great discipline, great fundamentally sound football, man. I'm very impressed by this Camp Hill team.
Again, looking at these two teams, and you see Camp Hill, that Palmyra game is going to be very interesting for them because they're in the hunt. That Middletown game is also going to be big because Middletown's doing well. We want to try to see if we can find that Milton Hershey-Middletown game and see what that score is because that's going to have a big impact on what happens here.
Those three teams all 2-0 coming in tonight in the Capital Division. And, of course, October 16th, they hook up with Palmyra in a huge game. Here's Schuster running it out again. Schuster continues coming around. He's going to go down again.
This time he's going to take another sack.
And so Schuster takes a sack here.
And this is creaming your run your yardage here. You could just, I know he doesn't want to throw it out of bounds, but you're giving up a lot of yards.
It's kind of an odd thing there. The last two plays there just kind of going down. I'm not quite sure what they're looking for here. I mean, obviously they weren't going to throw the football. I mean, that was just very obvious. That was third down and 30 yards to go.
But I know, wisdom is, usually you throw it out of bounds. You know what I mean? And it's not like you
could have done that, and it wasn't like he had to throw it very far to throw it out of bounds.
And you're killing clock. I mean, you're up 35-14, so you're in control of the game. So
I'm not too sure, and call me strange with this. You have trips going to the outside. Here it goes again. And he's not going to throw it here. You're pretty sure, aren't you?
No, he's throwing it.
He is. He's looking downfield. And this time it's going to be knocked away by Steel High at the end. I'm not sure they're not showing Steel High a little bit of respect right now.
And it could be. That's a good point. It could be. And they are a team that, they've been amazing themselves. So it could be. You could be right. Why score anymore if we don't have to? You got the game under control. Why not?
They throw it down here looking for Velati again, but three guys down there doing a good job of covering. So Steel High gets it back. Camp Hill gets it back right there. It's fourth down and 30 yards to go. There's the kick out of there again. Ball be taken back about the 28-yard line, 23-yard line. Dancing forward is Jones. Jones trying to find a way to the outside. Good hit there. Jones continues over the 40. Jones down to the 50. Jones inside the 40. Finally brought down near the 35-yard line. Good run back for Jones. 44 yards for Shamari Jones on the return off the punt.
And that was a good run back. I mean, I didn't know what he was going to do with this ball, and he's able to get out of this.
Watch the
good
hit
move
over here that opens him up on the near side. Right about here.
And that was a good legal block, too. It didn't lead with the helmet, didn't hit helmet to helmet. It was a good block.
That was a freshman, Jeff Chisholm. Let's go down to Archie Smith. Archie, pretty nice piece of running coming back there by Shamari Jones.
I mean, this guy right here has been playing lights out all game. Actually, he had taken one side of the field down because he's playing this receiver man on man. He's been playing great defense all night.
There goes Jones again, this time over the left side. Dances inside the 30, down near the 26-yard line. Nice positive yardage all the way down to about the 26. It'll be second down and 1 yard to go.
And Jones getting up a little hobbled there, but again, just coming right at you. And it's hard for Steel High because they've been one-dimensional, and that's why it's been difficult for them to score this year because you can't do anything in the air, and that's something that they definitely are going to want to work on and build upon for next year.
Second down and 1. Malachi Young has kept it himself a lot of times, but I think they have Rayer in there. He's a battering ram. This time Malachi Young's going to go for the whole bunch. It's going to be intercepted right inside the 10-yard line and brought down there. And there's a guy that's had a great night tonight.
Right.
Is Villani, Logan Villani, there again.
And again, I'm not saying the call was bad. Just the execution wasn't there. Malachi Young gets too much air on this ball, puts it up almost like it was a punt, and it's easy to defend. So those are things that you work on in the offseason. Again, being a young quarterback, those are things you have to learn, and they're going to need that productivity for him throughout the year. So this year is definitely for him to get better and this team to get better, utilizing that air attack. So you have to try to throw the ball, so that's not a bad thing.
We're going to be taking a look at our play of the game and also our Brenner Family of Dealerships player of the game tonight. We got a lot of candidates out there for player of the game this evening.
Yeah, we definitely do. The second half is kind of added to that. So, we definitely got some players of the game right now that we can kind of talk about. And I think we're getting ready for the hit parade, and you got Class A football at its finest, some big hits. What I liked about it, Garrett, was the hits that were established by the running backs that were actually dishing it out, which I think is pretty good.
There were a lot of them here tonight. You're seeing the whole cacophony of hits right here.
I like that cacophony of hits. Woo!
And I'll tell you what, this game has
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was Grayer laying the lick on somebody. And then there's a guy that's played outstanding football tonight, Jack Williamson. He's been
Williamson.
number 45. We've called his number a lot tonight, too. And, of course, earlier you saw number 53, Bryce Carter, who just owned the first half defensively for Steel High.
He did. But then Camp Hill did a great job of neutralizing him. They went in and they adjusted, and that's what you have to do.
Got to double team him, and that's what they did here in the second half. Don't forget our giant post-game show coming your way, and we'll have Archie down there, and we're going to take a break right now. It's 35-14, 4:10 to go in this one. It's High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Come and see the best deals in town at Brenner Nissan during the Labor Day sales event. Cash in with up to $1,000 Nissan holiday bonus cash on most 2015 Altima and Versa models. Drive a new 2015 Nissan Altima 2.5S for just $169 a month with $169 down. Plus, you'll save with 0% APR financing for up to 72 months on many models. Get to the Labor Day sales event at Brenner Nissan today on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 24/7 at BrennerNissan.com.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her 2 boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help homeownership dreams come true.
And welcome back as Camp Hill in the end zone, going to throw the bomb out of the end zone, looking for that big guy out there. Mr. Kuntz had a fly pattern, had a one-on-one, and couldn't quite hook up. Here is our CRIA play of the game. Watch the little move right here. Boom, right there it is. A little juke move. Watch this move right here. And he just loses it. And he just lost
and you plant that foot, and you're still in stride. So
Bill Williams, Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. It's still to be decided your Brenner Family of Dealerships player of the game, as Steel High once again is going to be offsides, it looks like. Big game here tonight. Palmyra 6, Boiling Springs nothing. That's in the second half. Palmyra, one of the 3 teams tied for first in the Capital Division of the Mid-Penn Conference. And, of course, Milton Hershey 14-13 over Middletown, the other undefeated team. That's in the second half, and so Middletown in danger right now, being dumped by Milton Hershey. So both those teams slugging it out. Palmyra 6-0 over Boiling Springs. Milton Hershey 14-13 over Middletown. Both those games in the second half. And thank you to Travis Sparks for getting that information for us. Our erstwhile statistician, master of the numbers, czar of the stats board. An all-around swell guy.
Definitely a swell guy. Travis is on the money, and we want to talk about getting stats immediately. We get them immediately. It's like, we don't have to wait for it. It's right there.
There you see Zach Kuntz. You'll see him again during football or during basketball season. He's an outstanding young basketball player, only a sophomore.
Wow, and that's what 6'7" sophomore, and he's that great of an athlete already. I mean, this kid is going to have he has a bright future ahead of him.
Christian Martinez is 5'9", playing him out here against 6'7". Look at that matchup. We're going to kick it out again. Another good kick out of there by Michael Schuster. Schuster lines up so close to the arc, to the line, it always looks like a pooch punt when he knocks it out. Let's head down to Archie Smith, who's on the sideline right now. 3:46 to go in this one. Pretty much done, Archie. But what are your thoughts about this one?
We got a lot of positives. Stilton got a lot of positives they can build on going into next week. They can find out that they can run the ball off of tackle. I mean, they dominated the line of scrimmage on the left and right side. And Camp Hill just been doing what they've been doing for the last 5 weeks.
Scoring points and scoring them quickly. Steel High with the ball at the 45-yard line of Camp Hill. 35-14. The Lions lead it. And there's Grayer again, and he's had a really solid night tonight. We'll get his numbers for you in just a few minutes here. Is Jerron Grayer, 6 foot, 215-pound senior tailback. And there you see the Steel High band. I like the sound of the Steel High band tonight.
Yeah,
they did a great pregame show.
Definitely good sound and a good pregame. This homecoming for this Camp Hill Lions High School, and homecoming's always fun for the kids and for the parents as well.
Good hats off to Sydney Robertson tonight, who was the homecoming queen here for Camp Hill. You got to take your hats off to the queen, right?
You definitely have to take your hats off to the queen.
Another good run by Malachi Young. I'll tell you, Malachi Young can do it with his feet.
Yeah, and again, the issue for Steel High this year, and we've already seen it to this point, is their inability to have any kind of cohesion in the passing game. So they're one-dimensional. You load the box and try to force them to throw the ball. The second they try, they don't have good things happen. So that's something that they have to get working on, is that passing game.
You said something earlier too, Jerome, I thought was really important tonight, that you got kids going both ways. So you're working really hard on these 14, 15 play drives, and so then you come back and play defense. I mean, you're tired.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're a kid or not, you're tired. Look at Grayer. He's finding a way. Grayer trying to head for the end zone. Grayer tripped up at the last second, and a touchdown saving tackle there by Benjamin Geyer, who tripped him up. But Grayer heading for the end zone again. He knows where South is.
And he's a bright spot along with this offensive line. You prove your offensive line can move people on a team that's very good, a team that really can play some defense. So that's something that you have up your sleeve that you can do. You just got to be able to have more diversity in your offense.
Grayer has 103 yards on 20 carries in this one. He's had a good night. Here he is again. Grayer puts that helmet down and just heads toward the goal line.
And remember, Camp Hill, a lot of their guys play both ways as well.
Yes,
so,
they do.
You have those guys coming up, and you got to hit this 215-pounder that's coming through, and he's coming through with a head of steam, and that's getting difficult. You're lucky, in this case, not lucky, but you made it happen. You're up 35-14, so you have control.
Wyatt Beto, number 24, in on that tackle for Camp Hill up out of his free safety spot. And forward again goes Malachi Young, and Malachi Young battles his way down inside the 10-yard line.
Now, and we also got to give a guy, and this is the type of guy that doesn't get a lot of dap. Ja'Shawn Ramsey. He's the fullback for the Steel High Rollers running game. He's the one that lead blocks for those backs, and he's been doing it all game long.
Yes,
so we got to get that guy. Number 14, you got to give him some love for everything that's happening for Steel High in that running game.
And here's battling toward the goal line again. You see Grayer continue to run hard. Another guy up there, number 58, we talked about him a little bit tonight, is Alex Furlong. 5'10", 185 pounds, but he plays a lot bigger than that.
Yes.
Timeout on the field is going to be for Steel High. We'll take a break. It's 35-14, 1:34 to go in this one on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
We're ready to help drive out breast cancer at Hoffman Ford. We have partnered with the Pennsylvania Breast Cancer Coalition. Through the month of October, we will be donating $25 with every vehicle we sell. Not only will you find great incentives,
low interest rates, and some amazing deals.
You will also be helping a great cause.
Help us, help them.
Find a cure.
Stop by and check out our huge inventory.
back at Steel High. 1:34 to go in this one. Looking for that touchdown again. There's Greer heading for the end zone. Greer is in for another touchdown. The big guy, Gerard Greer, scores again for Steel High, and so they up their numbers one more time to 20 points, down 35-20. Let's take a look again. Greer. Oh, good. Have a different look here. That was Camp Hill on offense. We'll get to look at Greer here in just a moment.
And all his yards have been between the tackles. I mean, you're talking about a hard running game. He's dished it out and he's got it too. So he's going to be sleeping well tonight.
The kick by Nick Diedlinger is up and it is good. 35-21. We go to a break. We'll be back with the final 129 of this one on High School Sports Live TV.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
How about we cut some fat from the system? How about we lose the hot air and secondhand smoke? Let's give everyone a great choice of doctors and remember we're our own primary care providers. Let's build better plans and pick up some better habits along the way. It's time to be the change we want to see in healthcare and the change we want to see in ourselves. Let's do it all for health. Highmark, Blue Shield.
I mean, you saw those two sacks.
I'll tell you the big one, though, Archie. And welcome back here as we just have a little conversation about what if. I'll tell you the big what if is the 3rd and 4th down and 1 for Steel High to start this third quarter. So here's Steel High going to be an onside kick. There it is. It's up in the air. Touched by Camp Hill and then quickly jumping down on it.
Yeah, you see Steel High is not giving up. They want to see if they can get the ball back. And, Camp Hill, their goal now is to salt the clock. Put up 35 points, gave up 21. They're still ahead in the game. And I think one of the areas that Camp Hill or Steel High may want to work on is to try to get that passing game going, to get some semblance of a passing game, is really work on one read, short passes, and see if they can get Malachi Young into a rhythm. One of the problems that I think they had was they kept trying to go deep when they did pass, and it never materialized into anything. And in those situations, you may have to build up to that. So that's something that they can do.
Benjamin Guy, I want to give him a little credit there. Number 7 for Camp Hill, covering the onside kick. You always have to have those sure hands people up there, right?
Absolutely.
1:28 to go, 35-21. I think you're going to get another steady dose here, maybe Bill Williams. Here he comes. Bill Williams has had an outstanding night so far. And again, not trying to run it up. I think, Camp Hill's shown an awful lot of class here, too.
They are. And this is a classy organization. It always was. They're a hard-fought football team. I mean, that's the one thing about them. Camp Hill has historically been that way. A tough football team. I think, the town of Camp Hill is a tough town, in the sense that, you got hardworking people here, that they love their Lions. Small school, but proud school.
But I like what Steel High is doing here because they call timeout. Now, they're not going to just give this game over. They're calling timeout. They're saying we're going to coach to win. And, it's important to see teams play and coach to win even when you're not going to win.
Absolutely, because it builds on the next week. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. If you're going to drop this game, that's fine. We have another game next week, and you want to get ready for it and see if you can build on top of that.
Let's run down to Archie Smith very quickly. His thoughts.
I mean, what I see from Stilton, these guys have played man-to-man all game. Camp Hill started out passing the game, and then they showed the nation that, hey, we can run the ball also.
You got that right. Here's Camp Hill. It's 2nd down and 12. You think number 5 might touch it again?
Yeah, no, pretty much the entire half, it's been about Bill Williams.
That's all it's been. Bill Williams again running forward. Bill Williams again keeping the ball and out to the 45-yard line. It'll be a 6-yard gain. The clock ticks down now to 1 minute and underneath a minute now. 3rd down and 5. And Camp Hill will be in no big hurry to run this play. Clock ticks down. 47 seconds. 35-21. Camp Hill's going to win this one. They're going to retain at least their share of first place and sit back and watch what the other two teams do. Schuster, a cagey quarterback. Got to really like the fact he's got number 12 back there if you're a Camp Hill Lions fan. And there again, a party hit by Bryce Carter to bring down Williams, who was already sliding down.
And Bryce Carter had a very good game, especially in the first half. A little bit quiet in the second half. They figured out how they had to block him. They double-teamed him up a little bit to get him out of there, and they were able to make – and he still made a couple of plays here in the second half, but his first half was real impressive.
And the final tick down here of the last 10 seconds, we get down to 5. Now 4, 3, 2, and 1. And this Capital Division contest is over for tonight. See, Frank K goes over and high-fives kids. It's 35-21. Camp Hill wins over Steel High here tonight. They go to 6-0, 3-0 overall in the division. Steel High will drop to 1-5 and go to 0-3 in the division. And get ready right now for our giant post-game show, our analysis on the game. And then down on the field, we'll have Archie Smith with our Better Family of Dealerships player of the game, all right after this. On High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Ruff Tractor and Equipment is PA's full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction along with other leading manufacturers. Serving the total sales, rental parts, and service needs of its customers. Ruff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish, featuring the latest parts and equipment from Case Construction and more. Ruff also offers 24/7 job site support. Ruff Tractor is your ¡1 source for everything under construction.
Like tough? The future of tough is now. With the all-new Ford F-150 4x4 at Hoffman Ford. And a tough truck requires an easy-to-handle price, as in $10,000 off MSRP, or 0% APR for 72 months with approved credit. Or how about a 36-month lease for just $390 per month? Tough truck, easy-to-handle price at Harrisburg's premier Ford dealer, Hoffman Ford.
There's a place where kids really connect to learning. Commonwealth Connections Academy. It's a tuition-free, fully accredited online public school where students find devoted, enthusiastic teachers like never before. Commonwealth Connections Academy, the online public school.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
Welcome back to our giant post-game show here at Camp Hill Stadium. 35-21, the final score here for the Camp Hill Lions as they continue to be undefeated for the season. 6-0 overall, 3-0 now in the Capital Division of the Mid-Penn Conference. And we're getting ready to head down right now for our Better Family of Dealerships player of the game. Archie Smith is down there with him. And let's get ready to head down to Archie right now as he'll introduce our Better Family of Dealerships player of the game. Archie, take it away.
Hey, guys, we're here with Bill. Hey, man, you had a tremendous game, man. I seen you doing pregame. I seen you, you know what I'm saying, feeling the vibe. You was into it. You know, it was homecoming. You had 143 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, and 1 receiving. I mean, let everybody know, man, you know, what was your mindset coming out today for homecoming for Camp Hill?
Well, you know, first of all, it's homecoming. But my suspension last week, just the whole week, I was just motivated, looking forward to this week. Because I couldn't play last week, so I just thought I'll take it out on Steel High, and that's exactly what I did. I told my coaches I ain't juking nobody out today. I'm running right through them, and that's exactly what I did.
All right, tell us what you, how was you able to let your team feed off you, man, feed off the energy? I mean, what did you want to come into this game to prove?
What I wanted to prove is that even though when I got kicked out the game last week, it was a major mindset, but my team had my back the whole time, and just being around them lifted me up. Like the whole week I was pouting, but around them, they just lifted me up, and doing one, I was in my zone now, you know, just focusing, and we got the work done.
That's a good job, man. There you have it, guys.
Well, there you go. At our Better Family of Dealerships player of the game, Bill Williams. And we've got Travis Sparks in here with us right now. And Travis, take a look at the stats with us here because you've been keeping those the whole game. Some pretty interesting stats for both these clubs.
The most telling stat for the night, -1 yard passing for Steel High. They only tried throwing it 5 times. The last time was for an interception. And it was their only passing attempt in the second half. Grayer, 23 carries, 115 yards. He had a touchdown. Jones, 53 yards and a touchdown. Young, the quarterback, 29 yards and a touchdown as well. Camp Hill, they had a balanced attack all around. Schuster, he didn't complete a pass in the second half, but he had 184 yards in the first half and 3 touchdowns. Velati caught 4 of those passes for 118 and a touchdown. Williams, as we pointed out, he had over 90 yards of offense. He was their offense in the third quarter for Camp Hill. At 143 total, 120 on the ground, 23 through the air, and 3 total touchdowns, which made it 35-21. Final total yards, 269 to 196 in favor of Camp Hill. That doesn't really tell the story. Camp Hill was in the driver's seat pretty much the entire night.
They really were. And outside of the interception and about 1 penalty for the whole night, they played a spotless game. We're going to take one final break. We'll come back, and we'll get you we're going to do highlights right now, we understand. So let's stay right here, and let's take a look at the highlights here. And we started out in the first quarter. It started out with a Schuster pass to Velati, 67-yard pass for a touchdown. Velati did the rest. Then you'll see some of the other highlights here as we close out tonight. It's been a lot of fun. I want to thank a lot of people tonight. Obviously, Jerome Presley, Archie Smith, my cohorts here in the game. Travis Sparks for a great job tonight on the stats. Chad Edwards directing the whole program tonight. We've got a lot of fun this evening. Charlie Fortney for all of his help. Brandy, who always does a great job getting us the numbers, the information we need. And we'd like to thank you, most of all, for watching tonight. High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27. And we'll be with you again next week. Looking forward to it. Big game with Bishop McDevitt and Cedar Cliff at Cedar Cliff on 7:30 on Friday night. Stay tuned for all the great sports on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27. I'm Gary Sutton for Jerome Presley and Archie Smith. Thank you so much for joining us here this evening. Have a great night, everyone.